Welcome to this full guide on how to start and scale a short form content agency to $10,000 a month or more in the next 30 days. Now, this is going to be one of the most comprehensive videos that you will find on YouTube, so I implore you to free up the next 2 hours of your time, pull out a pen and paper, and get ready to dive into this training. Now, before we dive into the video, I want to go ahead and give you a bird's eye view as to what you're going to learn in this video, because study actually shows that you're able to retain the information better if you know what you're expected to learn. So this video is broken down into 8 parts. And we're going to have timestamps underneath this video so that you can go ahead and scroll to specific time parts. But again, I recommend you watch the whole video in its entirety. So part number 1 is going to be going over understanding the actual short form content business model. In here, we're covering things such as what is short form content, why it's in demand, and I'll also give you guys examples of how we're leveraging my own personal brand and creating short form content for it. Part number 2 goes over crafting an offer. Now, this part is really important because as you guys know, there's AI tools out there such as Opulus or Get Captions that's able to edit and generate captions for short form content. So this part is important because why would someone hire you when they can, pay $50 a year for an AI tool? So in this part, we talk about how to craft an offer and not just offer video editing, but offer other things such as video research and or content distribution. Part number 3 goes over optimizing your profile. And most people honestly skip this and they get it all wrong. And then they wonder why they're not getting any responses when they're outreaching to potential prospects. You see, when doing outreach, the first thing prospects are going to look at is your profile. And if your profile doesn't clearly explain and show what exactly it is that you do, or God forbid, your profile is private, then your chances of actually getting a response or even getting a client diminishes dramatically. So in this part, we're going to go over exactly how to optimize your profile to ensure the highest possible response rate. Part number 4 goes over how to actually find leads. Now, in this part, we're going to really go over 3 methods, but we'll also touch on other methods that allows you to generate up to 5,000 leads within a matter of about 10 to 15 minutes. We'll also show you and give you access to one of the 2 lead trackers that we use at the agency to help and organize our prospects so that we know exactly where they are in the outreach journey. Which leads us to part number 5, which goes over exactly how to effectively outreach to your potential prospects. And over here, we're going to cover everything that you need to say within your first message all the way to your 5th message. We'll also go ahead and cover exactly what to do and say once people are interested in your services. And essentially the goal here is to show you how to send minimum 200 plus outreach messages per day. Part number 6 goes over onboarding your clients. And over here we talk about everything from setting up the contract to getting paid. Now this process is really important because right now the client just committed to working with you. They probably paid you a few thousands of dollars, and this time is very sensitive because they might have buyer's remorse. So you want to go ahead and make sure that this process is seamless. And in this part, we're going to go ahead and show you how to onboard your clients within under 30 minutes to make sure that it is a good customer experience. Part 7 goes over service delivery as well as outsourcing, finding employees and contractors to hire for your agency. And here we'll basically cover exactly where to find the contractors and then exactly how to go ahead and hire them. And lastly, part 8, we're going to go ahead and talk about how to actually scale your agency by putting the right systems in place. And here there's really 2 systems that we're going to go over. The first is your outreach, making sure that you have the right SOPs in place. That way you can go ahead and do outreach at scale while at the same time being organized. And the second is using a project management tool like ClickUp to make sure that there's no confusion between you, the customer, and the service delivery team. Now, because there's literally 10 to 15 documents that we're going to cover in this video, I can't link them all here on YouTube. So if you want access to any of the documents that we mentioned in this video, I want to go ahead and invite you to join our free Skool community where you will not only get access to all of these documents, but much more. Also, as a member of our free Skool community, you will have direct access to our weekly Q&A calls where you can get on a Zoom call every single week and ask me any questions you may have and get an answer right on the spot. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into this training on how to start and scale a short form content agency. Welcome to this 8 video training series where we show you how to start and scale a short form content agency. In this video in particular, we're going to be going over the topic of understanding the short form content business model. So please do consider subscribing and make sure you check out the other 8 videos that we're going to go ahead and upload. With that said, let's get into the training. Hey guys, I hope you are doing well. So as we mentioned, this is the first video in 8 videos going over how to start and scale a short form content agency to $10,000 or more in 30 days or less. So to give you guys some context as to what are the videos going to be like, the first video is understanding the business model. That's for this video that you're watching. The next video, we're going to go ahead and talk about how to craft an irresistible offer. Third video, we're going to show you exactly how to optimize your profile to ensure that you get the highest response rate possible. Fourth video, we're going to show you 3 methods of actually finding leads. And then the fifth video, we're going to show you how you're able to send out 100 DMs a day now that you've identified 3 methods of actually prospecting. And then video number 6, we're going to actually go ahead and show you how to onboard clients once they have agreed to work with you. Video number 7, we're going to show you how to outsource your delivery services, how to deliver the services, but also how to outsource them. That way you're not editing these videos yourself. You have a team that's doing it and you're focusing more on sales calls and building SOPs within your business, which leads us to the last video, which is video number 8, and we're going to show you how to go ahead and use systems to scale your business. So I'm super excited about this. If you enjoy this video, make sure you subscribe so you can check out the other 7 videos that we will be uploading to this channel. So with that said, let's go ahead and get right into it. Understanding the business model. So SFC, which is short form content agency, is an agency that offers short clip editing for content creators and businesses. Your role here is to take long form content such as YouTube videos and podcast videos and chop them down into shorter clips, oftentimes with subtitles. Okay, so that's literally what short form content is. Okay, you're taking longer videos. In most cases, you're taking longer videos. There'll be some cases where people will record the actual short videos, and then all you have to do is edit them. But nonetheless, to encapsulate everything, what you're essentially doing is you're taking videos and you're editing them for short form content. Okay, so let me give you an example of how I do this. Now, before actually we do that, I want to tell you guys, so I don't have a short form content agency, okay? But I'm very qualified to talk about this because I have a team of 6 video editors and graphic designers that actually do this stuff for me. So although I don't have an agency that does short form content, I have an internal team that does this. So technically you can think of them as a short form content agency. Nonetheless, the only reason I have it in-house is because I know how to run an agency and I know how to hire and I know how to manage people and I know how to delegate. Therefore, it makes sense for me to do this in-house as opposed to hire an agency. So with that said, I'm going to give you guys some examples of how my own team internally does it. That way you can get an idea of how this looks like at a bigger scope. So first of all, here's the first video. So this is a 9-minute video. It's called The Anatomy of the Perfect UGC. And I recorded this video and I gave it to my team and they went ahead and chopped it down into shorter videos. So imagine if I was a client. This is something that you would do for them.
Hey, real quick, I hope you're enjoying that video. I just want to take a second to go ahead and invite you to join our free Skool community. As a member of our free Skool community, you not will only get access to in-depth free training courses, but you're also going to be in a community of agency owners and get access to all the downloadable material that I personally use at the agency. Furthermore, we have weekly Q&A calls where you can hop on a call with me and ask me any questions you may have. So go ahead, join that by clicking the link in the description. But with that said, let's get back to the video.
Let's go ahead and actually take a look at this video. So as you can see here, this is a video I recorded 6 months ago. I still remember this Airbnb. I was still in Egypt at the time. But nonetheless, you see here, this is the video, and I basically recorded this video and I gave the video to my editors. We have one editor that edits these videos for YouTube, and then we have a team of short form content that edits the short form content videos. So nonetheless, as you can see here, there's about 8 tips that we give people on how to start on the perfect UGC content. So what my team did is they went ahead and, aside from editing the videos, they went ahead and actually edited these into short clips. So as you can see here, this is a screenshot from my Instagram. It was broken down into actually 8 clips, but here I just took a screenshot of 6. Let me show you what that looks like in real time. So if we go ahead and take a look at my profile, you will see here that this right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These clips are from this exact video. All right. So this is a perfect example of what you would be doing, right? You would find someone who, like myself, records YouTube videos, and you would go ahead and pitch the idea that, look, we can go ahead and take this content and break it down into short clips that we can not only upload on Instagram, Shorts, as well as TikTok, but really anywhere, right? So as you can see here, this is a perfect example of a video about
9 minutes long, where my team went ahead and chopped it down into shorter. So let's actually take a look at this. If you see here, they add subtitles, they add emojis. It's cropped in properly, right? So when you upload it to Instagram, it's cropped properly. So this is a perfect example of the first video. Okay, now let's take a look at another example. Okay, here's example number 2 of another video, which is much longer. So this is a 20-minute video, and in this video I was talking about how to hire a contractor given 3 methods, and again my team went ahead and broke this down into multiple clips. So if we take a look at that video, that's this video right here, 20-minute long video, and what my team went ahead and did is they broke this down into shorter clips as well as edited them. So if we take a look, you will see here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So essentially what they did is they took the most important parts of the video that I'm talking about. In this case, I'm talking about different ways to hire contractors, and they went ahead and broke that down into those important viral pieces, if you will, right? So for example, in this clip, I was talking about how to use onlinejobs.ph to find contractors, which is actually how we're going to show you to outsource this. There's going to be a video talking about how to outsource it. So make sure you subscribe to this channel, because we're going to show you how to do that for your short form content agency to where you're not having to do the service delivery yourself. And then here we're talking about Fiverr, right? How to use Fiverr. Here we're talking about Facebook groups, right? So they went ahead and they chopped this down into shorter content, right? Short form content, wherein I can then go ahead and use that on across different platforms such as TikTok, Reels, Twitter, and Instagram. And now here's another example of a podcast. So if you guys don't know, I have a podcast. We haven't recorded a few episodes since I came back to the US, but nonetheless, we have a podcast, right? And essentially here, the reason I'm going to show you guys this example is because, as you guys will see in the video where we talk about how to go ahead and what services to offer, not only can you go ahead and do short form content, but you can do what I like to call mid form content. Okay, and this is kind of like the JRE style video. This is what we have here, JRE style strategy. So essentially what this is you go ahead and you take a long form podcast, okay, and within this long form podcast, there's many, 10-minute, 5-minute, 14-minute clips that are going to be very important, right? Clips that are like very relevant to what's going on in the world right now. And essentially what Joe Rogan does is he takes this 2-hour long podcast. His team will go ahead and edit, a 15-minute clip where they're talking about relevant things that are happening in the world, and then they'll go ahead and upload that to YouTube as well. So now we went ahead and we uploaded the long form content. We broke it down to mid-form content, anywhere between 5 to 20 minutes long. And then from there, you're going to go ahead and edit short-form content, okay? And that's exactly the strategy that we're doing with the podcast here, guys. And really also with our weekly calls that we have in our Skool community, where I do, a 1-hour or a 2-hour call. And then, once we do this call, we go ahead and chop down the videos, like the 5 to 10 minute videos that, are meaningful that we can then post as actual videos on YouTube. So let's take a look at this. All right. So here is a podcast episode I did with my friend Jordan Bezuzzi. And as you can see here, this is a 46-minute clip. So what my team went ahead and did is they took this 46-minute video and broke it into 6 clips, around 5 to 10 minutes each, and on these topics that are viral or frequently searched. So let's actually take a look at what this looks like. All right, let's go here. Let's go to the channel, and I will show you here. We will go ahead and look at podcasts, and let's see. Let's take a look at this. So as you can see here, this is the full podcast episode. And from that, we went ahead and cut down multiple clips. So over here, we have a 3-minute video, in-house versus agency versus freelancer, which is better. So in this part of the clip, I was asking Jordan about, what do you think would be better, right? Like if people listen to this podcast, is it going to be in-house? Is it going to be hiring an agency? Is it going to be a freelancer? So there's a lot of people searching for this clip, right? Although we only got 9 views, we don't have many subscribers, but nonetheless, people are searching for these topics. So what we went ahead and did is we chopped this down into a clip of its own, which again, what we call mid-form content. Here I was asking Jordan about his agency, his team structure, right? So he was talking about his team structure. So we made that a video of itself. Here we were talking about one thing that DTC brands can do to avoid failure. We cut that into a clip. Here we talked about how to find contractors for an agency, how to attract top talent. And then here we were talking about day in the life of SMMA owner, where I was like, give us an idea of what your day looks like. And again, we went ahead and chopped that into multiple videos. So this right here, guys, is I call it JRE strategy, which again, we're taking long form content, breaking it down into short form content. And then from that, guys, what we're doing is we're breaking it down into, from mid form, then to short form. So now let me show you how we took this 46-minute clip and broke it down into multiple reels, about 15 reels. If you take a look here, this is a screenshot of the Instagram, but I'll go ahead and show you in real time. So if we actually go to our podcast Instagram, we will see this in real time. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look. So you see here, from right here, we have 1 clip, 2 clip, 3 clip, 4 clips, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Look at that, guys, right? You know, imagine how valuable this is for a business. You're already recording a video and you need to, put this video out on more platforms to achieve omnipresence, which is what we're going to talk about when we actually talk about crafting the offer. So this is an overview, guys, of an example of how you can do this for podcast or even for interviews or longer form videos. Okay, it's called the JRE strategy. And again, we're just taking long form content, breaking it down into mid form content, and then breaking it down into short form content. Now, let's talk about, why people would pay for this. Okay, so why would people pay for short form content? Well, with the rise of TikTok, Shorts, and Reels, if content creators are not leveraging short form content, they are missing out on what is one of the best ways to actually build their brand. The more people realize this, the higher the demand is needed for short form content. And I just want to say, avoid anyone that tells you that short form content agencies are dead. It's either they are lying to you or they don't know what they're talking about. TikTok, Reels, Shorts are not going away, and more creators and businesses are only going to jump on the short form content train. So again, anyone that tells you that short form content is dead, they don't know what they're talking about. And the reason people pay for this is because if you are trying to build your brand, which is something that every single business, every single creator, every single agency should be doing if they want to be relevant in the long term. If you care about building your brand, you need to actually create short form content, okay? With TikTok, with Shorts, with Reels, these platforms are not going nowhere. And it's really important that people hop on this. So over time, more people are actually going to start doing this. You guys, you don't understand, I did not want to create content online. I hated creating content. But, it's something that you have to do because it's important for your business. So this is why people pay for it, quite frankly, because it's really important. I think we're going to get into a time where if people don't have content about their business online, then it's very much that they're going to be out of business. Because, very similar to how people look at reviews, people now look at content to see what is your business about. I know I do. Before I buy anything, I look at, what kind of content these people have, just so I can learn more about the business. And the more content they have, the better they are going to be at selling me versus not having any content at all. So that is why people pay for short form content. Now let's talk about why people hire a short form content agency versus in-house short form content team. So we just established that, people pay for short form content, but why would they hire you as an agency versus a team like the one I have in-house? So for the same reason why brands hire agencies to handle their marketing, the same goes for short form content. Businesses want to focus on their business rather than scouting and micromanaging an extra department or team of video editors. That's, literally the best answer that I can give you, okay? And it's logic. It makes sense. I have an agency. Why do people hire our agency? The reason they hire our agency is because they don't want to deal with the marketing themselves. They don't want to hire an in-house team where they have to manage everything. They want someone to do their marketing, do a good job at it, and they want it to be out of the way. So the same exact idea is applicable to short form content agency. Now, I hired a team, right? I have an internal team because, if we're talking about short form content and then we're talking about marketing agency, right? Two different businesses, but the fundamental is the same. I don't edit the videos myself. So the fact that I know how to run an agency was very easy for me to create a short form content team. So the idea is that the reason I have a team is because all I got to do is find people to edit the videos and then put them into our system that we're already doing for the agency, right? So the reason I did it is because I know how to hire, I know how to delegate, I know how to manage all of these, I know how to build systems and processes around all of this, which is exactly why I'm making this series of videos for you guys. So nonetheless, most businesses, they don't know that, right? Most businesses, they don't know that. They don't know how to, put an SOP together for their editing team. They don't know where to look to when they hire. They don't want to deal with all of that. They just want to pay someone to go ahead, give them the video. I record the video, you take it, and you create it and edit it and do all that stuff. So that's why people would rather hire an agency you versus a in-house team of video editors. Now I want to go ahead and talk about the videos. The next video you're going to watch. This video was really, like I said, just to understand the business model, understand exactly what short form content agency is, and basically just get a general idea, because we know short form content is editing, but we don't really understand it in detail. So hopefully that made sense to you. Next, we're going to go ahead and talk about how to craft an irresistible offer. So hope you guys found this video beneficial. Make sure you go ahead and watch the next video, because we're going to talk about how to craft an irresistible offer.
Welcome back to this 8-part video training series where we cover how to start and scale a short form content agency. Now, in the last video, we went ahead and talked about understanding the business model. In this video in particular, we're going to be talking about how to create an irresistible offer. So please do consider subscribing to the channel, as well as checking out the rest of the 8 videos in this training series. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the training.
All right, guys, so welcome back to this second video in this 8 video training where we show you how to start and scale a short form content agency to $10,000 a month or more in the next 30 days or less. Now, in the last video, we went ahead and covered the actual business model, gave you an understanding of exactly what short form content is, and a thorough understanding of the business model. Well, in this video, we're going to go ahead and show you how to go ahead and craft an irresistible offer. So if you haven't watched that video, feel free to check it out. Also, make sure you check out the rest of these videos. Again, it's going to be a 8 video training series. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Short form services to offer and how to actually go ahead and craft an irresistible offer. Now, the objective of this video is to answer the following 2 questions. The first is, what services should you offer for your short form content agency? Because obviously what we're doing is we're editing videos, but I'm going to show you how you can offer multiple services that will actually play into crafting an irresistible offer, which actually leads us to number 2, which is how to create an irresistible offer based on the services that you actually go ahead and provide. So first thing is short form services to offer. Now, despite short form being one of the best types of agencies to start due to the high demand, being able to stand out is very important in order to set yourself apart from others, as well as set yourself up for success when actually prospecting. Having a team of 6 video editors and graphic designers, I can tell you that it is so much better that I have structured my short form content team to do everything from editing the videos to everything in between. This frees up my time and allows me to focus on creating content. Now, we'll actually go ahead and touch on outsourcing and hiring contractors in a later video, but the reason I want to go ahead and just show you this right here is to basically show you that when putting your services together, it's important to understand that businesses want as less friction as possible. And if you can handle virtually everything, then you will have an easy time crafting the best offer. So just to give you guys an example, here's an example of the structure for the podcasts that I record. Now, keep in mind, we have a similar structure for Reels as well as for YouTube long-form content, but I'm just going to go ahead and just show you guys what this looks like for the podcast. So as you can see here, let's actually open up the actual document. So as you can see here, what I do is I record the podcast. That's really my main job, is I record the podcast. So anything right here in pink, which is one thing, is I record the podcast, and then I have things in gray, which is essentially just me reviewing and approving the actual content, it's edited. So first thing is I record the podcast and then I assign it to Kai, who's my long form video editor. What he does is he chops them down into short form content. All right, so he'll take, let's say, a 45-minute podcast like we showed you guys in the last video, and then he'll break that down into like 15 clips. And then what he'll do is he'll upload those 15 clips into a folder where he'll assign to me for approval. I go ahead and make sure that these clips are okay before we actually get them edited. This takes me, about 5 minutes max. The ones that are edited, I go ahead and assign to Jeffrey, who basically edits these reels for us. But let's say I don't actually approve these. Then what happens is I either tell Kai to not use this video, or I tell him to chop another portion of the video. Nonetheless, the ones that are approved, they're assigned to the short form team. In this case, Jeff and Kai, Jerome and Jeff.
And what happens is they go ahead and they edit this content. All right, they edit the subtitles, they edit anything that needs to be edited with the short form. And then what happens is they assign it to me for approval. So again, I approved here of the actual clips, and here I'm approving of the actual subtitles. In most cases, like 99% of the time, these are approved right away, because if the clip is already approved, then the subtitles are most likely going to be approved. If they're not approved, for example, I'll go ahead and reassign them back to Jerome and Jeff. And again, all this is done inside ClickUp. But if it is approved, then I go ahead and assign this to our social media manager, who basically goes ahead and uploads these to my social media, across my social media. But what we also do is we actually put them in a folder and send them to our team, to our guest who actually came on the podcast, in the case that they want to go ahead and upload these themselves. Now, let's take a look at intro and mid-form content. So let's say this is, like mid-form content. Let's say it's a 45-minute podcast, and we talked about one clip that's 10 minutes, and we want to go ahead and use that clip. Well, same exact process. What we'll do here is we'll go ahead and break that down. Kai will go ahead and break that into a mid-form content. He'll go ahead and assign it to me. If it's good, then I'll go ahead and approve it. What happens then is it's assigned to the social media manager, who then will upload it on YouTube in this case. And then vice versa, they go ahead and send it to our guest in the case that they want to use it. But nonetheless, the social media manager gets the final pieces. What they do is they do two things. Like we said, they go ahead and send it to our guest. But what they also do is they distribute it to Shorts, YouTube, Reels, really all different platforms. So the reason I'm showing you guys this is to show you that I, as a business owner, even though I have my own short form content team in-house, I want to do as less as possible because I have more important things to worry about. I just want to be able to record the video and everything else is managed. So the reason this is important for you guys to see is because if you can offer the same exact process to your clients, then it is going to do you really good. And the reason I say that is because it's going to be less friction. Now you can create a really great irresistible offer in the sense that you can tell your client, we're going to handle everything from A to Z. All you have to do is record the content and then approve of it once it's done. We do the editing, the distribution, all of that.
Hey, real quick, I hope you're enjoying that video. I just want to take a second to go ahead and invite you to join our free Skool community. As a member of our free Skool community, you not will only get access to in-depth free training courses, but you're also going to be in a community of agency owners and get access to all the downloadable material that I personally use at the agency. Furthermore, we have weekly Q&A calls where you can hop on a call with me and ask me any questions you may have. So go ahead, join that by clicking the link in the description. But with that said, let's get back to the video.
All right, so let's go back to the sheet now. Okay, so I just showed you an example of my team's current structure. Let's go ahead and move on to the next thing. Packaging your short form content services. So not every business you approach will want all the services that you offer. So it's really important that you package as well as offer an a la carte structure to your short form content offerings. So what is a la carte? If you guys have ever been to a buffet, you pay like $20 and then you can go in there and choose anything you want to eat, you can eat, as opposed to going to, a typical restaurant where, you choose from the menu and that's all you can eat. If you want to buy something else, you have to actually pay for it. So a la carte is giving them the option to choose from all your services. Now that said, here are the services that I would offer if I was starting a short form content agency today. Okay, you can go ahead and offer some of these, one of these, two of these, but what I would recommend is that you, again, make it easy for the prospects, for the clients that you are going to work with, and handle everything for them. Okay, so you're not just editing videos, you're doing everything. Even from the research you can do, right? From the research all the way to the content distribution. That is going to save them a lot of time, and it definitely saves me a lot of time. So if you take a look here are the services. The first one is edit long form content into mid-form content. So mid-form content, again, we're taking, let's say, a 45-minute podcast or a 45-minute YouTube video, and then we're breaking it down to maybe 2 or 3 videos. This is what we would call mid-form content. Another thing you could offer is mid-form content into short clips. So going back to this example here, guys, if you let's actually open my YouTube up and show you. All right, so if we go ahead and take a look at some of these videos, just to really drive the point home if you didn't watch the last video where I went over this, here's what we mean by mid-form content. So as you can see here, this is a 46-minute video podcast that I did with a friend of mine, Jordan Bezuzzi. And from that, what we went ahead and did is chop that down into 4 mid-form content. This is videos that's anywhere between 5 minutes all the way to 15 minutes. Some of these videos are actually a bit shorter, but this is the point. As you can see here we talked about a day in the life. So I asked Jordan, what does the day of the life look like for someone who runs an agency that does $150,000 a month? So he explained that. Well, guess what? There's people searching day in the life of SMA owner. So we went ahead and made a video separate just on that. Same thing here, how to find contractors. We asked them, how do you attract the best talent? And then in this video, we asked, what is one thing that direct-to-consumer brands need to avoid in order to be successful? And then in this video, what does the structure of your agency and team look like? So what we went ahead and did is we took this 46-minute podcast and we broke it down into multiple videos. As we mentioned in the last video, we call this the Joe Rogan strategy, where he takes a 2-hour podcast, and then what he'll do is he'll go ahead and find clips that are relevant to what's going on in the world today, and he'll go ahead and chop that into 15-minute video and then upload it on YouTube. And usually those go really viral because they're relevant to what's going on. In our case, we're basing this off of what people are searching. So same thing you see here. Here's a video that I recorded with Cruz Abada, and this was a 1 hour and 5 minute podcast. And as you can see here, we broke it down into multiple pieces. Here's a video talking about SMA versus dropshipping. Here's a video talking about how he built a $10,000 a month email marketing agency. Here's another video talking about the red flags when it comes to working with email marketing clients. Here's another one, how to keep your churn rate low. And then here's another one going over how much to charge your marketing agency services. This is an example of short form content. You guys, I hope you guys are seeing how powerful this can be when you are actually pitching this to your clients, because not only are we focusing on short form content, but if they're doing podcasts and they're doing long form video, these are other videos that you can pitch to make your offer even more irresistible. Okay, you can tell them that we're going to take these long clips, break them down into mid-form content, upload them, and then those mid-form content we're going to break down into short-form content. So that's what this right here is, okay? Mid-form content, again, you can take this mid-form content and then break it down into Reels, which again, we'll go ahead and show you an example, real-life example on my own. So if you take a look here, this is right here, if you take a look here, this is the episode that I did with Jordan. We went ahead and cut it like 15 different videos, right? I don't know why they're not showing up here, but if you check my Instagram, or even if you check Cruz right here, you see here, these are all clips that we took from the podcast and we made them into shorts, which we redistributed on TikTok, Reels, as well as on shorts, as you just seen. So that's that right here. You're going to take mid-form content and turn it into shorts. And then next service you offer is obviously what everyone offers, is subtitles on all short form content. Next thing you could offer is distribute all content across TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And then lastly, you can go ahead and offer researching topics for these videos. So guys, I hope you guys see how powerful this is. Imagine if you offered all of these as a short form content agency. Your offer is going to be irresistible, because what you're telling the client is, we're going to go ahead and help you from researching the topics on the videos to record all the way down to redistributing all this content across multiple platforms. This is why we say it's important to, have packages or have an a la carte structure. That way you can go ahead and set yourself up for success when crafting the actual offer. So now that we understand what services to actually offer, let's go ahead and talk about crafting an irresistible offer. So now that you understand the services to offer, it's time to put together an irresistible offer. How good of an offer you can craft is correlated to the services that you offer, which we just mentioned. So pricing overview. First of all, let's talk about pricing. So one fact that I hate is how you can't accurately track the ROI on content. So unlike paid ads, where we're able to charge a percentage of the revenue based on what the data on Facebook or Tripleware reflects, with the short form content agency, we really can't track this. Therefore, you're going to be pricing your services based on a set fee on the services that you're offering your client. So for example, with content, even though it's important, we really can't track the ROI on it, right? I guess you can do, like a blended ROAS, which is how many pieces of content you're posting or how much it's costing you to actually produce this content divided by the total revenue your business generated. Maybe that will give you some sort of number, but nonetheless, it's hard to track, unlike Facebook ads, where we can literally see how much we spent, how much we tracked. So the good thing with that is that your income is going to be predictable. Okay, the good thing with just charging a base fee is going to be predictable. For example, if one client pays you $2,500 a month, you're going to know that 10 client is going to pay you $25,000 a month. So this is the pro about this structure, is because you can predictably know how many clients you need in order to hit X amount of dollars per month. So here's my pricing structure. Okay, here's the advice that I would give you on my pricing structure. To give you the best advice on how to price your services, I want you to think of this from first principles thinking. And this is basically thinking backwards, right? It's breaking things down to its fundamental and then working back up. So let's think about that. Let's think about that from first principle. To do this, let's start by identifying what it actually costs you to outsource your services to one client. For example, let's assume that they want all the services that we mentioned above. So they want all these services here. Now we want to know, what is it going to cost us to outsource this? Because as you guys will see in, I believe it's video number 7, okay? Video number 7 in this training, we're going to show you how to outsource all this so that you're not sitting there and editing the videos yourself. So what does it cost us to actually do this, all these services for one client? Well, I can, tell you from my experience. So I currently pay my video editors $450 a month for a full-time position. Now, this is a total of 40 hours a week, 160 hours a month. In 1 week, here's what 2 employees working with me are able to actually complete. So in 1 week, they can go ahead and complete 4 long-form YouTube videos or podcast episodes. Okay, so let's just give you an example. These are videos that look like this, videos that range anywhere from 10 minutes all the way to 30 minutes. So for example, if we take a look at this is a 17-minute video. Here's a 16-minute video, a 30-minute video, 24-minute video, 25, 40-minute video, 20-minute video. So they can do 4 of these. And again, I'm being conservative here, guys, because I don't know if you don't have the right systems that we're going to teach you in this training. It's going to be hard for your team to actually produce the best content at scale. But, ideally they can do about 5 or 6, but just to be conservative, 4 videos, right, a week. They can also produce 4 high quality thumbnails. Now, obviously they can do more thumbnails, but the thumbnails is correlated to how many videos. So, if it's 4 videos, then it's going to be 4 thumbnails. If it's 10 videos, then it's going to be 10 thumbnails. Nonetheless, the next thing they can do is about 30 shorts and reels. So they can produce about 30 shorts and reels within 1 week. Okay. Now, in a later video, I'll actually show you how you can leverage different AI tools to streamline your short form content agency, short form video editing. But in simpler terms, we can assume that with $900 to $1,000, we are able to deliver the following. So for $1,000 a month, that's what it's going to cost us, 2 people, $450 a month, so about $1,000 a month. And if this is how much they can do in 1 week, here's what we can deliver in 1 month. We can deliver 16 YouTube videos / podcast episodes, so in other words, long form videos. We can deliver 16 high quality thumbnails, and we can deliver 120 shorts / reels. So this is kind of giving you a ballpark from my experience, how much I pay my video editors and graphic designers, as well as how much content they're able to produce. That's how much it costs us in 1 month. $1,000 to do all of this. Okay. So with that said, depending on how many videos one of your client will need to be edited, we can assume that 2 video editors and graphic designers can handle a minimum of 2 clients per month, which, as we stated, is around $1,000. So based on this exact structure, we can see here that it's going to cost us $1,000 to manage 2 clients per month. Therefore, a good price would be anywhere between $2,000 to $4,000 a month. The difference here is going to be depending on how many videos need to be edited and exactly what services you're offering. So if you're working with a client who, does maybe needs 10 videos a week, 10 YouTube videos a week because they pump out a lot of content like Grant Cardone or Alex Hormozy, then, it's going to be different. You're going to need to charge them more because it's more videos, because it's going to be more people that need to edit. So this is really going to be based on exactly how many videos they need edited and exactly what services from the ones that we mentioned here you're going to be offering. But just to give you a rough estimate, it's going to be anywhere between $2,000 to $4,000 a month per client. All right. So that's the actual pricing structure. Okay. Now let's talk about crafting your offer tagline. Okay. This is going to be the tagline where someone asks you, what do you do? And you're going to be able to say exactly what you do within 1 sentence. Okay. So now that you have your service offering and your pricing structure, it's time to go ahead and craft the perfect tagline that summarizes everything you do. Now, most people here will write something like, "We edit short form content for your business." And that just sounds so boring, and it's like, okay, great. Well, someone else can do that. Anyone can edit a video, right? I can hire someone on Fiverr to edit a video. So you don't want to have a boring tagline like this. Okay. So, but you see this here doesn't appeal. Sorry. But you see here, this doesn't appeal. This should be appeal. This doesn't appeal to one's ears. Instead, you want to sell the ultimate goal of what your services offer. So instead of selling editing short form content, what you can sell is omnipresence, which is the idea of being everywhere and anywhere at the same time, or the idea of being everywhere at the same time. Or you can sell leads through content marketing. Imagine how much better that sounds. We generate leads through content marketing, or we help you achieve omnipresence, as opposed to we edit your videos. All right. So this is the same thing, right? It's literally the same thing, but it's worded differently. Both of which have a different response when talking to potential customers. So I want to go ahead and have you guys use this formula to come up with the best tagline. And shout out to my mentor, Trey Cockrum, who actually, I took this from his course. In his course, he teaches us this, on how to craft, your coaching business, how to come up with a tagline. So he basically has this formula which says, "We help," and then over here you have a group of people, right? "Achieve," and then over here you have "clear end results." "By," here we have "mechanism you'll use," "without," thing they don't like, "in," time frame, and then optional you have "guarantee." So although this tagline, it pertains to coaches, here's how you can use it for your short form content. So here's an example of how we can use this. "We help creators," group of people, "achieve," clear end result, in this case omnipresence, "by editing," in this case it's "mechanism you'll use," which is editing and distributing content, "without," thing they don't like, "having to spend more than 2 hours a week." So imagine this. "We help creators achieve omnipresence by editing and distributing content without having to spend more than 2 hours a week." Literally, it's the same as saying we edit short form content for you. But what we're selling is the end goal, which in this case, we're helping you, business owner, achieve omnipresence by editing and distributing content without it taking you no more than 2 hours a week. Okay, so that's example one. Here's example two. And I want you guys to really take this formula and apply it to, your own wording. I'm just giving you these examples that I honestly didn't spend a lot of time thinking about. But just to give you an idea to get your brains going, here's another one. It goes, "We help a group of people," in this case coaches, "achieve," clear end result, in this case organic lead generation, "by," mechanism you'll use, leveraging short form content, "without," thing they don't like, spending a single dollar on paid ads. So guys, look at this. These two examples are literally the same exact message, okay? But in this one, we're talking about omnipresence, and in this one, we're talking about we help coaches achieve organic lead generation by leveraging short form content without having to spend a single dollar on paid ads. All right? So I hope you guys see how powerful this is. Imagine how dope, how fire of a bio this would be on your bio, right? For your agency that you're starting. So this is the idea of your tagline, okay? I want you to, again, use this right here, use this formula to go ahead and come up with your own tagline, just like these two examples that I came up with here, all right? And with that being said, that looks like it's the end of it. So in this video, guys, to give you a recap, we went ahead and talked about what services you can offer, and then we talked about how to actually go ahead and present a offer to your people, right, to your prospects. And the way you do that is, you can tell them from everything from, the content distribution to the actual, from the actual research to the actual content distribution, we do all this for you for $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 a month. In more detailed example, we will help you achieve organic lead generation by leveraging short form content without having to spend a single dollar on paid ads. Guys, people spend $3,000 to $4,000 on paid ads easy. We spend $10,000 a month all the way to $40,000 a month for our clients on paid ads. So imagine if you can come into the business and do the same thing for them using short form content, but charging $3,000 or $4,000. They're not going to be opposed to it. I'll be honest with you guys, if I didn't know and if I didn't have a short form content team, and I didn't know how to set it up and how to hire and how to find all these contractors, I would easily pay $5,000 for someone to do this for me, and all I have to worry is about is on content creation. So hope that video made sense. In the next video, we're going to go ahead and talk about, what are we going to talk about actually? Let's look it up. All right, so here it is. So in the next video, we're going to talk about how to optimize your profile. So again, now we created an irresistible offer. You know what services you should offer. Now we're going to tell you how to optimize your profile, because part of optimizing your profile is making sure that once you actually outreach, people are going to check your profile. That's the first thing that they're going to check. So you want to make sure that it's optimized.
Welcome back to this 8-part video training series where we show you how to start and scale a short form content agency. In the last video, we went ahead and talked about how to create an irresistible offer. Well, in this video, we're going to go ahead and talk about how to optimize your profile. That way you can ensure the highest response rate when actually reaching out to your ideal client. So please do consider subscribing to the channel and make sure you check out the rest of the 8 videos in this training series. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the training.
Hey there, hope you're doing well. So in the last video in this 8-part training series, we showed you exactly how to go ahead and craft an irresistible offer by breaking down what services to offer, as well as how to go ahead and deliver your message when it comes to your offerings for your short form content. Now in this video, part again of this 8-video series training where we show you how to start and scale a short form content agency to $10,000 a month or more in the next 30 days or less, we're going to be talking about how to optimize your profile. Now, the importance of optimizing your profile is really important, guys, because we're going to be using Instagram as well as Facebook to outreach to prospects. So you want to make sure your profile is optimized, because that's the first thing they're going to go ahead and check when you actually reach out to them. So again, if you have not watched the previous 2 videos, please do watch those videos and make sure you watch the next videos coming up. With that being said, let's go ahead and get right into it. So how to optimize your profile for a high response rate. The objective of this video is to show you how to best optimize your Instagram and Facebook profiles to ensure the highest response rate when actually prospecting. So 3 things we're going to cover in this video. The first one we're going to talk about is adding minimum 10 reels to your Instagram edits, which you will be offering as a service. The next thing we're going to talk about is optimizing your bio. And then the third thing is we're going to talk about adding outbound links. And in this case, where people can actually go ahead and schedule a call or learn more about what you have to offer. Now, something to consider. The number of times I have been reached out by people with a private profile is too much, honestly, for me to count. And as soon as I get this, I immediately either block the person or not even consider replying to them. Your profile should be public, because it is going to be the first thing someone clicks on when you outreach to them. So do not have a private profile when you're doing outreach. Okay, like, how do you expect me to do business with you if your profile is private? Like, if I can't see nothing more than your profile picture and a bio. You need to make your profile public. There's so many people that get this wrong, okay? So please do yourself a favor and make your profile public. If you don't want to have it public for whatever reason, I don't know, maybe you do stupid things online, whatever the case may be, your profile is literally the only reason I use Instagram is for business, okay? So make sure your profile is public, Do not keep it private if you are doing outreach. So first thing, adding reels to your profile. So the first thing someone will do when you reach out to them is click on your profile, because you're selling short form content edits. You need to make sure that you have some edits on your profile so that the prospect can make sure and make sense of the message when you send it to them. So for example, if I am a business owner that has an agency. I also have a mentorship program where we help you build out your outreach infrastructure as well as your service delivery. So when I'm doing outreach, my profile has to reflect that. There has to be content on there that reflects exactly what I'm trying to sell, all right, or what I'm offering to my potential customers. In your case, if you have a short form content agency, you need to have some content on your own Instagram that showcases exactly what it is that you offer. All right. So you want to have posts on there showing different edits that you offer, as well as maybe even talking about your strategy, right? Talking about what it is that you do for other business owners. That way, again, when they come to your profile, they can make sense of the message that you're sending them. All right.
Hey, real quick, I hope you're enjoying that video. I just want to take a second to go ahead and invite you to join our free Skool community. As a member of our free Skool community, you not will only get access to in-depth free training courses, but you're also going to be in a community of agency owners and get access to all the downloadable material that I personally use at the agency agency. Furthermore, we have weekly Q&A calls where you can hop on a call with me and ask me any questions you may have. So go ahead, join that by clicking the link in the description. But with that said, let's get back to the video.
So what to post if you don't have any past clients? So if you have past clients, obviously what you're going to do is you can post some of their reels and show them, this is edits that we've done for XYZ. If you do not have past clients, what you can do is the following. The first thing you can do is record a few reels talking about short form content edits and edit them the same way you would for your client. So again, let's say you don't have, clients. All right. What you can do is make a video like this, and you're talking about exactly what it is that you're offering. Okay, you're talking about the importance of having short form content. You're talking about why business owners need to have, short form content, the importance, all these different things, and then edit them in a way that your client would want their videos edited. Now, this will not only help build your personal brand, but it will also give the prospect an idea of the kind of edits that they can expect on their own profile, which again is the service that you're offering them. Now, if you insist that you don't want to record yourself, then what you can do is you can go on YouTube and find a video of anyone famous, download it, and edit it the same way that you would if you are a client. So, in this case, let's say you don't speak good English or you're shy or whatever the case may be. Again, even if you don't speak good English or you're shy, I think you should just get over your fear and post content, talking about exactly what it is that you offer if you are serious about building a business. Nevertheless, if that's not an option, what you can do is, for example, find videos of Alex Hormozy, where you can go ahead and, chop those videos into, let's say, 30-second to 60-second reels, and then edit those videos in the same way that you would for a client. Or even, my YouTube channel. Go to my YouTube channel, find a video that's useful, edit it into short form content, upload that on your profile so that people can see what they can expect when it comes to edits. Really, any video that you can find that you don't think would be, someone would sue you for actually using their content, download that video, edit it, and upload it to give people an idea of what they can expect when they actually go ahead and work with you. So adding reels to your profile. In the last video, we went ahead, we went over how to craft an irresistible offer, and we established how to come up with a tagline that sells the end goal for your prospects using the formula below. If you haven't watched that video, I highly recommend it. So again, in the last video, guys, we went ahead and talked about how to create an irresistible offer, and we came up with a formula, right, that will allow you to come up with a tagline. So again, I got this from my mentor, Trade Cockrum, and let me show you what that looks like. So if we go back here, so this is the formula, right? We help a group of people achieve clear end result by a mechanism you'll use without thing they don't like in time frame. And these are the two examples that we came up with. Number one is we help creators achieve omnipresence by editing and distributing content without having to spend more than 2 hours a week. Or another example is we help coaches achieve organic lead generation by leveraging short form content without having to spend a single dollar in ads. So again, I literally spent no more than 5 minutes coming up with these examples. You need to use this formula and craft your own tagline, all right, which then you will go ahead and use in your bio. So again, here's the formula that you can go ahead and use, and here are some examples, as we just mentioned, that you can go and use. So whatever you come up with, make sure that you add this to your bio so that prospects, when they click on it, they know exactly what it is that you do. Now, I'll show you two examples. I'll show you my example and why I don't have something like this, okay? And I'll tell you why. So in my example, if you come up here, I have agency, and then I have linked, I have podcast linked, and then it's just said scaling brands to 6 and 8 figures. The reason, guys, I don't have something like this here is because I'm running 2 different businesses at the same time, and I'm doing outreach for 2 different businesses with my profile. So for the first business, we have an agency where we help e-commerce and information product brands scale to 6 and 8 figures. And then the second business is a mentorship program where we literally come into your business and solve every single aspect of starting and scaling an agency by building out your outreach infrastructure, as well as building out your service delivery team, as well as coaching you every single week on exactly what you need to do to actually scale your agency. So again, if that's something you're interested in, you'll find some links in the bottom of this video. But nonetheless, the reason I don't have that is because these 2 businesses, I'm using the same Instagram to outreach from. So I try to keep it as basic and as simple as possible. But in your case, you might most likely just offering one business, and then I can show you an example. So if you take a look here, this is Trade Cockrum, and over here, he has one business, one offer, and what he does is he's a coach, right? He teaches other people how to start their own coaching business, and his tagline is, I help people start and scale coaching businesses, beginners, $10,000 a month, existing 100K to 400K. Now, this obviously has changed over time, but nonetheless, you see here, I help people start and scale coaching businesses. So this is just the tagline on the bio, but I'm pretty sure that Trey has a longer tagline. When someone asks him, what do you do? He uses the same exact formula. He actually does, because this is exactly where I got this from, to tell them what they do. So in your case, let's say you come up with this tagline. Well, you can shorten this to make sure that you add it in your bio. So again, the point of this video is helping you optimize your profile. So aside from adding, your the different reels to your profile, you need to have a tagline, and this is how you're going to come up with the tagline. All right. Now, the next thing is adding outbound links. So you'll need to add a link where prospects can do one of two things. Okay, so one, they can either view more of what you do. In this case, it's a website, as well as be able to schedule a call. Or two, they can go ahead and directly schedule a call. So on your profile, again here, I'm a really bad example because I'm doing too many things at once, but over here I just have a YouTube link. The reason I have my YouTube link is because I want to funnel people to my YouTube video where I provide them literally everything for free, just like this video that you're watching. But then eventually, they're going to come into my ecosystem. They like what I offer for free, and then when they're ready to buy, they can go ahead and buy. So this is why I have my link here. But in your case, what you can have, for example, if we look at Trey Cockrum, here he has a link to a free training. So in this free training, let's actually click on it and see what it is. It's a funnel, right? So you can click here to watch and learn more about, how 200 plus students have built a 100K to a 500K business following this exact system. So here he has a video teaching people how to do this. And I can guarantee you that at the end of the video, you have the option to schedule a call with him to see if it's a good fit for you. So you can either have this, where people learn more about your business and what you do, plus to be able to schedule a call. Or if you insist and you don't have a website, or you're just getting started, or you don't have a video yet, you can just have a link to Calendly where people can schedule a call to go ahead and book a call with you. So again, here we kind of reiterated the same thing. If you don't have a website or don't want to create one yet, you can just have someone go to a Calendly link. The only way you can get away without having a website that talks more about your service, because again, we're betting on our profile being optimized. So if you have a Calendly link, you want to make sure that your profile is optimized, because there's no other place that they can go to learn more about your business. So you want to make sure that your profile gives them everything they need to know about what it is that you offer, and then go ahead and click your button. If you don't have a super optimized profile, you can get away with that, because if you have a link talking more about your services, then that's great. But nonetheless, if you don't have a website or a video like this where you can actually click here and watch, this training, you want to make sure that your Calendly link, that your profile is optimized, because the only thing you're going to have is a Calendly link. So again, if you decide to go down this route, make sure you have enough content on your IG that clearly showcases your service and expertise. And that's how to optimize your profile. Now, there's one thing I forgot to mention, guys, and that is having a good profile picture. So, this picture, honestly, like if you take a look, this picture I took, many years ago when I had long hair. I think this was like 5 years ago. Guys, long time. But nonetheless, the reason I still use this picture, because it's a headshot. It's a great headshot. Same thing with Trey Cockrum here. You can see it's a great headshot. So your profile picture should be a headshot of yourself. Honestly, even like this with the beanie, I wouldn't recommend it, but I'm trying to go for the style of like, I'm just a regular guy, right? I'm a regular guy, doing this, trying to help other people out. So this image, goes good. Same thing with Trey's image. He has a suit, different style, but nonetheless, you need to have a headshot of your profile, not a logo, not anything. It should be a picture of yourself, because people want to do business with other people, not, a logo, right? So that is how to go ahead and optimize your profile. Now, in the next video, guys, we're going to be going over how to find leads.
Welcome back to this 8-part video training series where we show you how to start and scale a short form content agency. In the last video, we went ahead and talked about how to optimize your profile to ensure the highest response rate. Well, in this video, we're going to go ahead and talk about how to actually find leads. So please do consider subscribing to the channel, and make sure you check out the rest of this video in this 8-part training series. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into the training.
So welcome back to another video. Now, in this training series where we show you how to start and scale a short form content agency to $10,000 a month or more in the next 30 days or less, we went ahead and talked about how to optimize your profile. All right, so if you haven't watched that video or the first two videos, make sure you go ahead and check those out. But in this video in particular, I'm super excited about it because we're going to show you exactly how to go ahead and find leads. We're going to show you how to find leads at scale. And then the following video, video number 5, we're going to show you how to actually prospect to those leads. So again, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, leave a like and a comment. That way you can go ahead and have access to all of these videos. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and get right into it. So how to go ahead and find different prospects. Now, we're going to show you different methods of finding prospects. And the objective of this video in particular is to show you how to, not to show you how to reach out to clients, but rather show you the different ways that you can find your potential client. In the next video, as I mentioned, we're going to go ahead and show you exactly how to reach out to them, what to say and exactly what to do. All right. Now, in this video, we're going to show you 3 different methods. So the different methods, number 1 is we're going to show you how to infiltrate groups. I like this term, infiltrating groups. And essentially here, we're going to be joining ecosystems where our potential clients are a part of. All right. The second method we're going to show you is called Instagram method. And over here, we're going to use the Instagram algorithm to find other suggested users. And then the last one is going to be friends list, where we're going to hack into followers, likes, comments of public figures to find other people that are similar to them who are also our potential client. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, a couple of things you should consider before you do outreach. Number 1, from my experience, it has always been more effective to first gather a list of prospects and then reach out to them. These tasks should be done in bulk, within 1 day dedicated to finding leads and another day to prospecting. So what we mean here is don't find like 5 people to reach out to and then send them a DM and then go back, find another 5 and send them a DM. You want to do this in bulk. For example, you can dedicate 1 day to finding leads and then you can dedicate another day to go outreach to these leads. All right, so always work in bulk. And again, guys, 5 years experience, reaching out to people, sending over 1,000 Loom videos. This is the best way to do it. All right, working in bulk. And number 2, ideally, I'd like to organize my leads in a spreadsheet with statuses and formulas like this. So you guys will actually have down below under this video, you have an exact link to one of the outreach trackers that we use. I'm actually going to give you this for free, but in our Done With You program, we have a detailed sheet which we use. This right here is suffice enough. Now, this right here is for my agency where we actually help e-commerce and information product brands scale with paid ads. You can go ahead and change any of this stuff to suit your short form content agency, or really any agency for that matter. So I like to keep it organized. And again, you guys will have access to this lead sheet, this lead organizer down below. So feel free to go ahead and access that. But for the sake of this video, here's what I recommend you do when scouting for leads. And you found a prospect, go to their profile, share their profile with another IG. So here's what I mean by this. So you can go ahead and use this lead tracker. If you don't use this lead tracker, here's another way that I recommend. So one thing I do is, like, when I'm on Instagram, I try to make the best use of it, okay? And what I do is when I'm scrolling and I see a brand that is an ideal prospect, I click on their profile and I go ahead and share it with my business profile. So I take it from MJpreneur to SF Analytica. And you can kind of do the same thing. Imagine you're scrolling on Instagram and you get hit with an ad, or in your case, it wouldn't be an ad, but let's say public figures who are looking for, your services, in this case, video edits. Click on their profile and then send it to your other Instagram, all right? If you don't have another Instagram, you can easily make one. That way, once you've gathered 100 to 200 leads, the next day you can go ahead and open up each prospect's IG and start outreaching to them. So hope this makes sense, you guys. Okay, you're scrolling on Instagram, you see someone who's a potential client, click their profile and share it with another Instagram. That way, once you actually go to that, open up your DMs, you'll see a list of different prospects you can reach out to. So again, this is a newbie strategy, but nonetheless, that can work for you as well. Now here's how I'm going to go ahead and show you 3 different methods that we mentioned above.
Hey, real quick, I hope you're enjoying that video. I just want to take a second to go ahead and invite you to join our free Skool community. As a member of our free Skool community, you not will only get access to in-depth free training courses, but you're also going to be in a community of agency owners and get access to all the downloadable material that I personally use at the agency. Furthermore, we have weekly Q&A calls where you can hop on a call with me and ask me any questions you may have. So go ahead, join that by clicking the link in the description. But with that said, let's get back to the video.
So the first method we're going to go ahead and talk about is infiltrating groups. Now, there's many groups that you can follow, guys, but I'm going to show you this group in particular. So let's say, again, you're a short form content agency that's looking to work with businesses or online coaches, entrepreneurs. And what you want to do is you want to be in these groups, guys, okay? I'm not telling you to go join a paid group, although if you can, that would be great because those are more qualified people. But nonetheless, there's many groups for free on Facebook, for example, like this one, and you want to be where these people hang out. Why? Because, these people are most likely going to be, potential prospects of your business. Now, not everyone, you're not going to be able to close everyone, but all these entrepreneurs and coaches, they should be posting content. All right, so this tells us that they're all potential clients. Now, as you can see here, no spamming, no MLM. Any group that you follow hates when you go and pitch your services for the most part. So what you want to do is you want to provide value and you want to take it to the DM. So the idea here is, for example, like these people, like this guy I see here, look at this, right? This is a horrible video. His face is cropped out. There's no subtitles. If I was doing short form content and I just came up with this, I would literally click on this guy's profile, see what he's about, send him a message, and pitch him my service, which again, we're going to talk about in the next video, how to actually prospect. But this guy would be a perfect candidate. Okay. He's an entrepreneur, right? He's a certified NLP master practitioner, right? So he's an NLP guy. He posts video content on YouTube, on Facebook. But look at this. This is horrible content. Imagine the kind of content someone can actually produce for him. All right. So this is the idea, is you go into these groups, guys, and you find people who are your potential clients and you pitch them your services. Again, these are all entrepreneurs and coaches. So there's a good chance that they will be interested in, what it is you have to offer, which in this case is short form content, because as we stated in the earlier videos, if you are a business owner, if you are an entrepreneur, if you are a coach and you're not posting content, you're literally setting yourself up for failure and you're leaving a lot of money on the table. Here's another example. Like, look at this gal. Although she has subtitles, this could be better. This could be zoomed in better, right? So hope you guys see this. This is the first way you're going to find leads, is you're going to go to these groups and you're going to go ahead and interact with these people. Again, all of these people are potential clients. How many people in here? Let's take a look. How many people here? Let's see. Let's take a look at the about. Anyways, I don't know how much, but nonetheless, actually here, let's go learn more and let's see. Guys, you'll see these groups have thousands of people. Okay, so in this group, we have 110,000 people. All right, so 110,000 potential members. And this is just one group. Imagine all these different groups you can join. All right, so that is the first way, okay, of finding your leads. The second way is the Instagram method. And here we're going to use the Instagram algorithm to suggest us other users. So if we just take the example of Gary Vaynerchuk. So I click Gary Vaynerchuk here. And this is good on desktop. It also works on mobile, but nonetheless, what you want to do is you want to find someone who's your potential client, like the biggest person that you can find who's your potential client. In this case, let's say Gary Vee, for example. Gary Vee is a guy who puts out content, and as you can see, he has subtitles on his content. So what we do is we want to feed the Instagram algorithm to show us more people that are similar to Gary Vee, because if he's our potential client, we want more people like him. All right. So what you can do is you can click this button right here where it says suggested users. And as you can see here, now it gives us, a bunch of other people. Now, granted, Gary Vee is a guy who has a marketing agency. He has his own video editing team. But you see here, like, the point that I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is that once you find someone, it's going to give you other people similar to them. So imagine you find, an upcoming coach. When you click on their profile, it's going to give you other people like them. And all of these people, guys, as you can see here, a bunch of leads are all potential prospects. Okay, maybe the Gary Vee is not a good example, but you'll do this for yourself. Find a coach, maybe someone like Sam Ovens or Trey Cockrum or any of these people. And, when you click on this button, you'll see here it gives you other people similar to them. All right, so that's the second way of finding leads. Now let's go ahead and talk about the third way, which is friends list. So in this case, let's actually go ahead and take a look at Alex Hermosi, for example. So if we take a look at Alex Hermosi, again, here's just another example. We can look at his friend list and see who he's following. So in this case, he's following, let's say, Neil Patel. So we open Neil in another tab. All right. Obviously, guys, these guys are big. They have their own agencies. They have their own team editing their videos. But nonetheless, let's say this guy wasn't that big and he has content. Well, guess what? We can come in here and see this guy's uploading content, but he's not adding, these fancy edits to them. So this would be a prospect, right? We'd go to look at the next person, Daniel G. Open up his profile. We see this guy is a coach teaching sales. We see that he's not, uploading the proper content with edits. Then what we can do is pitch them. Obviously, this guy is doing it, but I'm just giving you guys an example. See here, we would go and do the same thing for the next person and so on and so forth. And again, you do this for every single person that is your potential prospect, right? So same thing here. You can see this guy's following a bunch of people. We would go ahead and, find these people. And again, they're all potential prospects. So that is how to go ahead and find 3 methods of finding leads, guys. There's so many more methods, guys. There's other videos on the channel that explain this, how to find your ideal prospect. But this right here is just, 3 that will kind of get you started. Now, the next video we're going to talk about, now that we know how to find leads, we're actually going to talk about how to send a minimum 100 DMs a day.
Welcome back to this 8-video training series where we show you how to start and scale a short form content agency. Now in the last video, we went ahead and covered exactly where to find leads. Well, in this video, we're going to go ahead and cover exactly how to outreach to these leads, including the first message all the way till the 4th and 5th follow-up. I'll also go ahead and link below this video the exact outreach script that you should follow to send out minimum 100 outreaches per day. So please subscribe to this channel as well as check out the other videos in this training series. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the training.
All right, guys, so welcome to this video. In this video, we're going to go ahead and cover exactly how to send out a minimum of 100 DMs a day. Now, in the last video, what we shared with you guys is how to go ahead and find leads at scale. We went ahead and showed you 3 different methods of finding leads. And then I also shared with you guys the lead organizer, which is what you are going to be using to organize these leads. That way you can see where each prospect is within the outreach journey. So now that you have, a list, or at least that you know how to actually find leads, I'm gonna share with you guys the best way of actually reaching out to them. We're gonna be using DMs. Now, this is specifically for short form content, but really this outreach is really for any type of agency, not necessarily short form content. So the objective of this video is to go over exactly how you will send out minimum of 100 DMs a day. Now, what we're going to cover in this video, there's 4 things that we're mainly going to cover in this video. The first one is going to be the challenges that you're going to face with sending 100 DMs a day, all right? And we'll go ahead and share exactly what those challenges are, as well as how to overcome these challenges. The next thing is we're going to go ahead and go over the script. I'm going to show you guys. Again, make sure you stick to the end because I'm going to show you guys exactly the types of messages that you can send. Obviously, you can tweak these however you would like. But as you can see here, I'm going to share with you guys the different messages that you should send when you're first reaching out to them, as well as when you are following up with them. All right. And then lastly, the last thing we're going to go and talk about is once a prospect is interested, what is the next thing you do? In this case, what is the message that you send them? Because the following video, we're going to talk about onboarding clients. But in this video in particular, we're going to really be talking about the outreach process and everything that you need to know. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it. The first thing is the challenges that you're going to face. So Instagram, whether you're using Instagram or Facebook, I recommend using Instagram. Instagram has a daily limit as to how many messages you can send a day. So Instagram is a platform that wants its users to have the best user experience. That said, they limit how many DMs could be sent per day, depending on many factors, such as how old the account is and how active you are on the account. So again, Instagram makes their money from advertisers, and the only way people advertise like us on these platforms is because there's users on there. So in order to keep the cash coming in, they want to make sure that the users have a good user experience. And Instagram is not stupid. They know that people use it for business, and people are going to abuse the DM feature. So they limit it to how much you can send per day. Now, as I mentioned, there's going to be multiple factors as to how many messages you can send. But put it this way: the older your account is, and the more active you are on it, the more messages that you can send per day. And I'll tell you right now, on my account, on my main account right here, which I've had for a while now, and I'm pretty active on it, I can send about maximum 60 to 70 DMs a day. So with that said, as you can see, you're going to need another account, at least 2. So we'll go ahead and go over that. All right. So if an Instagram account is 2 years old plus active, as I said here, 75 DMs a day, really it'll be around 70 a day. So that's like the ballpark. Again, yours might be different depending on how many years it's been, how old it is, and how active you are on it. And then for new accounts, what we've realized from my experience is that you can send minimum 10 a day for the first 14 days. This is what I would recommend. Send minimum 10 a day for the first 14 days. So every 14 days, you're sending minimum 10, maximum 10. And then what you're doing is you're gradually scaling by 15%. Okay, so after 14 days, you can start sending 15, and then 25, 20, and then 25, so on and so forth, until you get to the 75 mark. You guys don't want to abuse this, because what happens is Instagram is actually going to, they might delete your account, if you're abusing the feature. You'll know like what is the max that you can send based on exactly how many messages it allows you to send. After a while, it'll say, you can't send any more messages today, right? So that's that. All right. So now, how do we overcome this challenge? Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about next. So every account is different, and these numbers are from my personal experience. Yours might be more, it might be less, depending on the factors mentioned above. So how do we bypass this? All right, so we bypass this by doing 2 things, okay? The first is buying aged IG accounts. So there's, believe it or not, there's a business out there where you can, people that actually sell Instagram accounts. So what you can do is you can go ahead, the easiest and the fastest way is buy an old account. All right, you buy an old account, and then you just basically repurpose that
upload your content on it, change the username to whatever you'd like, the password and all that. And then there you go. Now you have an aged account and you can buy 3, 4, 5, whatever you'd like. Personally, we buy them in bulk. So if you want them from us, go ahead and give me a DM. But regardless, if you decide to buy them yourself, DM me on Instagram at MJpreneur. And I'm actually going to give you guys the plug of the best place to actually buy Instagram accounts for the cheapest. So yeah, if you want those accounts, go ahead and DM me on Instagram and I'll share that with you. Now, the second option is to get or buy old accounts from family members or friends. So, you might have some friends and family that have an Instagram account from years ago and they don't use it. You can simply ask them like, hey, can I use your Instagram for a business I'm trying to run? So that could be another way. If they don't want to give it to you, you can ask to buy it from them. I know I have, family members and friends that have accounts that they don't use. And if I approach them and offered them some money or even asked them to give it to me, they would give it to me. So these are the two ways to combat that. All right. If your account is new or if you need more accounts in order to send 100 or 200, even 300 DMs a day, go ahead and buy accounts, right? Buy accounts, change the username, repurpose your content on there, and now you solve that problem, all right? So now instead of being limited to 50 or 75 messages at DMs a day, now you can send 200 across 3 or 4 different accounts, all right? So what to do to bypass this? So another thing you're going to need to do to bypass this is you're going to need a minimum 1,000 followers to make your profile look legit. So if you create a new account or buy an account that has less than 1,000 followers, you're going to need to buy followers. So this is not something, for Instagram's purpose. This is really for the purpose of the person you're reaching out to. You can imagine if you reach out to someone and, your account has 0 followers, they're automatically not going to trust you. Sorry to say, but that's just how things are. The perception is everything. So I would recommend that if you get an account that is new, if you create an account that is new or an old account that doesn't have a minimum 1,000 followers, just go ahead and buy 1,000 followers. That way you can make your account look legit. This is actually a perfect example. This is an account that I it's actually an old account, but it didn't have no followers. And I went ahead and I bought 1,500 followers. As you can see, it went down to about 1,200. But this is a good example of that. I basically just, bought these followers just to make the profile look legit. And now it looks legit. I have the content on here. I have a good amount of followers. And that's really what you need to do here. All right. And again, if you want to know where to buy followers, DM me on Instagram, and I'm going to go ahead and show you the best place to actually buy followers for the cheapest bang for your buck. All right, so we went over that. Now I want to go ahead and show you example of outreach accounts. So I'll go ahead and show you 3 accounts that I personally outreach from for both of my businesses. So the first one is my main account. As you can see here, this is MJpreneur. I use this to actually send DMs to potential prospects, people like yourself watching this video who actually want us to build out their outreach infrastructure. Even though I'm providing you this video for free and I'm going to show you exactly how to outreach to people and what to say, we do this for our clients. So if you don't want to go through the headache of doing all this, we can go ahead and do all of this for you. So that's what I use this for. I use this to, send DMs to people that want us to come into their business, build out their outreach, as well as build out their service delivery. All right. And then we have this account, which is the agency account. I actually use this account to outreach for the agency. So to outreach to e-com and information product clients and pitch them, my services. And over here, the type of content that I have is basically just a bunch of reels with real life screenshots, video screenshots of actual results that we've got our customers. So if we take a look here, see here, this just shows the last 19 days. It's a video showing the last 19 days, how we scaled this brand to over $1 million, 258% increase. So that's what I use this account for. And then this account right here, it's a mixture of both. I have, videos talking about UGC, but I also have, these results right here. So this is an example of 3 accounts. And again, guys, remember, we've recorded 4 videos already, and we are going to record 2 more videos on about everything that you need to know how to start and scale a short form content agency. So I recommend you check that out to show you how to actually optimize your profile and the type of content that you need to upload to make your profile look legit, so that when you're doing this 100 outreach a day, it is well worth your time, because people will land on your page and they will know that this is a legitimate person and it's someone worth actually responding to. So these are examples of outreach accounts, okay? Now we're going to go ahead and talk about, guys, we're going to talk about the actual outreach, okay? And keep in mind, this document right here, guys, is going to be linked down below in the description. So please do check this document out and feel free to use this however you would like. You can use these messages. I recommend you tweak them to fit whatever, it is that your type of wording or whatever the case may be. But again, I'm providing you all of this so you guys can go ahead and use it. And again, it's not just for short form. This could be really for your agency as well. So before we go into that, guys, I just want to let you know, if you want us, again, to build your entire outreach infrastructure as well as your service delivery, schedule a call with me using this link and we'll see if we're a good fit for each other. Again, guys, I'm giving you all this for free, hoping that eventually you make money. And then when you're really looking to scale, you come to us and we help you build out the 2 most important things, your outreach infrastructure as well as your service delivery. But regardless, whether you decide to schedule a call with us or not, I really want to provide you value in this video. And I'm just going to go ahead and show you exactly, the types of messages to send. All right. So over here, you have the type of message and here you have the message to send. So when you first outreach to prospects, you can send something like this, right? And as we mentioned in the last video, I actually recommend that you offer something up front as opposed to just pitching your service right away. So in this case, what we're doing is we're offering 5 high quality reels, right, that we'll edit for a potential prospect. And then if they say they are interested, well, first of all, we ask them. If they say they're interested, we edit it for them. And then that is like sort of like a lead magnet, if you will, to show them our services, to then get them to book a call to hopefully become a customer. So we talked about that actually, I think in video number 3, how to build your offer. Nonetheless, the message should go something like, hey, name, if I was to offer you 5 high quality edited reels from your recent video that you published absolutely free, would you be open to getting on a call afterwards and discussing how we can do this for your content if you like our work? So, we're basically telling them you have nothing to lose. We're going to edit 5 videos for you. If you like it, are you willing to get on a call? If you don't, then it's completely fine. If they say yes, then you would go ahead and send them this message, right? So if they reply to the first message positively, you'll say, awesome. Do you have any video in particular that you would like me to use? If so, please send me a link as to the best email address. Please send me a link, meaning the link to the video, as well as the best email address to send you the final edits. Keep in mind, guys, I'm saying this from the perspective that you already seen someone have a YouTube video and you can edit that YouTube video, right? So if they don't have a YouTube video, for example, you wouldn't say your recent video because, they don't have a recent video. But nonetheless, this is what we're telling them here. If they reply, we tell them, awesome. Is there any particular video that you want me to use? And if not, if so, please send me that video as well as the best email to send you the final edits. Now, if they say no, normally, anyone who says they are not interested in whatever service I'm offering, I respectfully stop there. You might be different and want to handle this objection differently. If that's the case, what I would do is try to educate them as to why short form content is important and how they have nothing to lose if they allow you to edit these reels because it's completely free. So again, guys, I personally respect people when they say I'm not interested because again, I get pitched, about 5 to 10 times a day for different services. And I, decline majority of them. If I reply, I decline them. And I don't want people to bug me after I just told them no. So I personally wouldn't keep on pushing if someone says they're not interested. I'll just tell them, okay, thank you for your time. But if you insist on following up with them, the best way to follow up with them after they say no is to educate them as to why this is important that they do this short form content. So if I was to do this, what I would say is, okay, no worries. I respect your, I respect that. I respect your opinion. Can I then send you a video breaking down why short form content is important for your business and how it can generate you more clients or sales? Right. And then, you just send them the video, and hopefully this video that you crafted is showing them the importance of actually having short form content, how short form content is a way to funnel people into your business, to eventually, sell whatever product or service that you have. So that's what I would do if I was to follow up with them after they said no, is I wouldn't try to convince them directly. Rather, I would try to educate them as to why it's important. All right. So this is the message if they reply with an affirmative, if they reply saying either yes or saying no. Now let's talk about the messages to send if they don't reply. All right. So this is the first message that you send. All right. And now they didn't reply. So your first follow-up, this can be a day later, 2 days later. It doesn't really matter. But what you can say is, so this is rule of thumb, is to follow up from the comments. Actually, this is important. I recommend you guys follow up from the comments or from the active stories, because if you just follow up in the DM, it'll still be in their request. But if you follow up from in their comments or on an active story, they're more likely to actually see your response, right? As opposed to the request column where they literally will not see it unless they go to the request, click on your message, and then read through. So I recommend that you do this in the comments, preferably in active story, so they can actually see it. And you would reply something like this if it was in the DMs or story. Hey, name, just wanted to circle back and see if you had a chance to see my last message. If you're replying to them in the comment, you can say, hey, check your DMs. My DM might have got buried under requests. LOL. All right. That's something that you can follow up with. Okay. Now here's a second follow-up, assuming they still haven't replied to you. Hey, name, just wanted to bump this to your inbox to see if you had a chance to see my last message. Okay. So again, guys, this is still going to be in their stories or in their comments. Okay. So that's the second message. Now let's say the third message, you can say something around the lines, hey, don't mean to be nuanced. Did you have a chance to see my last message? All right. You can add an emoji right there. So again, this is the third message that we're sending them. And then the final message is, just make it something sarcastic. So this is what being ghosted feels like, doesn't it? Again, with an emoji. So if they still haven't replied here, I personally would just forget about it for the time being, maybe circle back, weeks or months later. But this is the type of messages that you would go ahead and send them if they don't reply. All right. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the messages that you send them if they're interested. So these are the types of messages you will send them once you get a positive message from the prospect regarding wanting the free reels and or scheduling a meeting. So let's say, someone is interested in the reels. Okay. So you can go ahead and say something like,
So let's say now someone is actually interested in the 5 reels. Okay. Now you can, reply to them something like, great, we will get working on these reels right away and should be finished in X amount of days. What would be the best email to send it to? So this message right here is very similar to this message if they reply, just kind of a different format, if you will. Or if the conversation actually goes beyond 2, 3, 4, 5 messages. Because sometimes, people, you're not going to send them the first message. They're going to be interested and then say yes, and then that's it. Most of the time, they're going to go back and forth, like, how much does it cost? Or what is this? Or what is that? So assuming that you're going back and forth with them for a while, and then they are actually interested in taking the 5 reels to see your work, this could be a response that you can send them, okay? Telling them we'll start on it right away, but it'll take X amount of days, 2, 3, 4, whatever, how many days. I recommend that you try to do it as fast as possible. But yeah, you'd say, what's the best email to send it to them? Now, here is what you say if they are actually interested in the meeting. So you sent them the reels and they're like, okay, great, I like the work. Let's schedule a call and, just to see how much it is and all these different things, right? Well, what you can tell them is something around the lines as, great, well, the next step would be to schedule a quick 15 to 20 minute call. We'll go over everything we have to offer and how we can implement all of this for you. Please choose a time from my calendar that works best for you. And then they click this link right here and go to your Calendly page where they can schedule a call. So this is the email, the message that you would send to them now that they are interested. Okay. And again, guys, this is the outreach. Okay. This is the DM script that I would personally use if I was sending this not only to short form, but also to agencies. Obviously, I would change it a bit depending on the niche that I'm going after. But nonetheless, you actually have the framework now. We also talked about, how to actually bypass the limits that Instagram puts on you to 50 to 75 DMs a day, how to bypass that to be able to send 100, 200, even 300 a day. You can buy aged accounts or you can, get accounts from your family and friends. We talked about how you should have a minimum 1,000 followers. I went ahead and I showed you a few examples. So I hope this video was valuable, guys. Again, if you guys don't want to have to go through all this, the messaging, the DMs, the hiring, all that, we have something that is unlike anything else out there, which, as I said, will build out your entire infrastructure. Everything that I'm teaching you here is literally what we would do for you, right? So if you don't want us to do it for you, you can do it yourself. But if you want to save yourself the headache and just focus on sales calls and SOPs, click this link right here. You'll be able to schedule a call with me personally. I'll walk you through our outreach infrastructure as well as our service delivery. And if you are a good fit, great. If you're not, I'll go ahead and point you to the best resources available.
Welcome back to this 8-part video training series where we show you how to start and scale a short form content agency. Now, in the last video, we went ahead and covered exactly the outreach, how to send minimum 100 messages a day, the exact script from the first message all the way to the 5th follow-up. Well, in this video, we're going to go ahead and talk about how to onboard your clients. And this is going to be really important because the onboarding process is going to be one of the first interactions that you will have with your client after they went ahead and paid you. And the reason this is important is because it's going to be the first impression that they will have of you. So in this video, I'm going to share with you exactly how you can have a seamless onboarding process to make it a process under 30 minutes. So please make sure you subscribe to the channel as well as check out the other 8 videos in this training series. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the training.
So welcome back to video number 6 in our 8 video training series where we teach you exactly how to go ahead and start and scale a short form content agency to $10,000 a month in the next 30 days or less. So in the last video, what we went ahead and showed you is exactly how to go ahead and outreach to prospects, exactly what to say to them and the different platforms to outreach to them on. In this video in particular, we're going to go ahead and show you now how to go ahead and onboard these clients once they have actually agreed to work with you. And keep in mind, in the next video, we're going to go ahead and show you how to deliver on these services, as well as show you how to actually go ahead and outsource these services. So please make sure, guys, that you're subscribed to the channel because, again, I'm giving all this for free for you guys. And I decided, instead of recording a 2-hour video, I decided to break it down into 8 videos. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started with teaching you how to go ahead and onboard your clients. So onboarding short form content clients. So the objective of this video is to go over the exact onboarding process of your clients for your short form content agency. And one thing you should consider is, if the client has not signed the agreement during the discovery call, the first step that you must do after this call, once the client again has agreed to work with you, is to send them over the contract, the invoice, as well as the onboarding document. So what we're saying here is that ideally what you want to do is you want to make sure that the client signs the contract, pays the invoice, and gives you all the assets that they need during that call. But for whatever reason, again, running an agency myself, I've had clients who are like, send me the contract and the invoice and then I'll go ahead and take care of it. So not every client is going to take care of everything right there on the call. But if they don't, then what you want to do is make sure that that is the first thing that you do when you actually get off the call with them. And that's exactly what we're going to cover in this video. So this onboarding process really has 3 steps. The first is you want to get them to sign the agreement. We don't like to use the term contract. We'll show you guys why in a bit, but get them to sign the agreement. Number 2 is you want to get them to make the payment. And then number 3 is get access to any video material or any logos or anything that you're going to need to actually deliver the services for them. So number 1 is, again, signing the contract, making it official. Now you can go ahead and use our 90-day paid advertising program agreement. Just make sure that you update your name, your agency name, the services, and the terms that you agree with your client. And to access that document is going to be a link right here. So guys, in this video, I'm not going to break down the exact contract and go over everything, because I actually recorded a video going over this exact document. So as you can see here, this is the exact contract that we've been using for the last 3 years. The exact contract that has generated our clients over $25 million in revenue. And what you're going to do is you're essentially going to go ahead and swap your, the information here with your information. So for example, here we have your agency. This is where you would put your agency. There's places where it says your name, client's name. Again, you're going to go ahead and swap it out. Swap out the terms, how long you're working with them, how much you're charging them, and also what your services include. So as you can see here, this is set up for our agency where we actually do ads as well as content creation, all that stuff. You're going to go ahead and update this to these services that you're offering. And guys, again, I don't want to make this video super long, so what you can do is you can check out this video right here, which is going to be linked in the description of this video, where I literally broke down the exact contract. I spent 16 minutes breaking down, sorry, not this one right here. Spent 20 minutes breaking down the exact contract, exactly what each line means, because what's cool about this is that once you understand exactly what the contract means and how it's structured, that's it. You just need to understand it once, and then for every client, you use the same contract. The only difference is going to be their name, the terms, and the amount of money that you're going to be charging them. So make sure you watch this video. I'll link it down below. Again, it explains it in detail, so please do check that out to understand this contract. But for the sake of this video, just to give you an overview, this contract is structured in a way where we make it super simple for the actual prospect to understand. I've worked with clients in the past, and ideally, when I started, I would send them a lengthy contract with all these terminologies that neither they understood or I understood, and people, are hesitant because they don't want to be locked into something they don't understand. So we set up this contract where we make it super simple. Even like, a 5th grader would understand exactly what this contract is. So check that out. That is the first thing is, the contract. And again, you're going to have access to it by clicking this link right here. This document is also going to be linked in the description of this video. Number 2 is getting the invoice paid. So if you are using Stripe payments, you can go ahead and use Stripe native platform to create an invoice. If you're not using Stripe, you can use something like Simple Invoice. For the people that are using Stripe, when you create an invoice, it's pretty easy. You basically just need the client's email, as well as the amount of money you're charging them, plus the name of the service you're charging them. And then you send it to them. Once they make a payment, they'll actually go ahead and get the receipt, including the invoice saying that it's paid. So if you are using Stripe, which most of you guys watching this video probably will be using Stripe, but I know Stripe is not available in every part of the world. So for those people that Stripe isn't available in your country, you can use something such as Simple Invoice. And again, that process is very simple. You'll basically just put in the name of the service, the price, the person's email. But if you have Stripe, highly recommend you do it, because you don't even need to create an invoice. All you got to do is put the amount, the prospect's email, and then it automatically generates an invoice, sends it to them, and they can go ahead and pay it. And for that, you guys, I have a video recorded just on that. So I have a video right here recorded on exactly how to onboard SMMA clients. So even though this is an onboarding video, this video is even more detailed, going over, the exact process that we use at my paid ads agency. So again, this video as well will be linked in the description of this video for you to watch it to get more detail as to exactly how you would go ahead and, get that invoice paid and onboard them.
Hey, real quick, I hope you're enjoying that video. I just want to take a second to go ahead and invite you to join our free Skool community. As a member of our free Skool community, you not will only get access to in-depth free training courses, but you're also going to be in a community of agency owners and get access to all the downloadable material that I personally use at the agency. Furthermore, we have weekly Q&A calls where you can hop on a call with me and ask me any questions you may have. So go ahead, join that by clicking the link in the description. But with that said, let's get back to the video.
And the last thing is client collateral. So next, what you want to do is you want to get access to the client's collateral. So to streamline onboarding, along with the invoice and the contract, you need to send a client a document with the short loom video showing them exactly where to upload material. That way you have it once you need it edited. So I'll give you guys an example. What you'll do is you actually create something like this. So if we take a look here, again, I don't have a short form content agency, but I literally have my own short form content team in-house that does this. So what you'll do, let's say I'm a client, right? Inside here, MJpreneur, this is me. Actually, let's go a step back. We'll go to personal brand. And then here we have two folders. We have for YouTube and then we have for short form content, both for my brand. If we click on YouTube here, we have everything that is YouTube related. And within here, we have a folder for unedited videos. We have a folder for completed videos. We have a folder for thumbnails. And then here is a folder for VSL, which is the document that you're looking at right now. So within here is where I'm going to actually go ahead and upload the videos for the team to go ahead and edit. Okay, so for example, if we take a look at this free YouTube course on how to start your own agency, which by the way, if you guys have not seen, join our Skool community where I have all this for free. But let's just take a look right here. So if we go ahead and take a look at this, you see here what I did is I upload the actual video and then I upload the intro. And my team then goes ahead and edits it. The same process you need to follow. Okay, you need to have these folders set up to where your team is actually where the client can upload this these videos in here. That way, when you go to edit them and your team goes and edits them, they can simply just go into the folder and it's there. Now, once the videos are edited, we have a different folder. Okay, so if we go back here, we have completed videos. And in here, which you will see, we have exactly where my team would go ahead and edit this content once it's done. So for example, if we click on this, you see here, this is the final video. So this is the final video. Once it's edited, it's uploaded in here. And now the client can go ahead and view it. If you're doing the content distribution, you can go ahead and view it. It's all going to be in here. So you need to get access to this marketing collateral. And for the marketing collateral, obviously, it's going to be in the unedited folder. So you're going to have a folder where the client can go in here and upload this, the videos that they have here, maybe even the logos, anything that they need. Now, you're going to set up these folders based on what makes sense. For me personally, I realized that what I need to do is I need to have a folder for each month because, we're going to be doing a lot of YouTube videos. So instead of having a bunch of videos in here, I realized that I can put them into their own separate folder. So for August, here we'll have a folder for all of the videos that should go out in August. And then here, this is an event where we were doing free YouTube course where we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 videos. So instead of uploading all those 10 videos into the unedited videos, I created a folder by itself and titled it free YouTube course. Same thing with this. This is going to be a video, 8 videos in a short form content course, right? So we'll upload, we'll make a folder here like this and we'll call it SFC YT course. So now I know that when I upload these videos, I'm going to upload them into this folder. That way my team can come in here and go ahead and edit them. So this is how you guys are going to go ahead and onboard your client. Again, to recap, number one is you're going to go ahead and have them sign the actual contract. And again, to do that, you're going to have the contract template here. Please go ahead and make sure you watch this video, okay, to show you exactly like this contract and break it down for you. That way, all you got to do is go ahead and plug and play your agency name, the client's name, the terms, the pricing, all that into this document. And then also in this video, I recommend that you watch it because in this video, we actually show you how to upload this video using HelloSign. So let me actually just show you what that looks like. Didn't make sense for me to make a video on it because I already have a video. So as you can see here, we teach you exactly HelloSign, how to go and upload the document. It's so simple, guys, and this is a free platform. You basically drag and drop the document once you've input your own information, and what happens is it will go ahead and generate you something that looks like this. You'll be able to go ahead and click next, type in the client's information, and let's see. So you'll see here, what it will do is you can drag and drop the name and the signature, send that link to the client, and then once they go ahead and click on the link, it'll automatically sign their signature, just like you see here. So I highly recommend you guys watch this video. That's number one, is to go ahead and get the contract signed. Number two, get the invoice paid. Again, use Stripe. Highly recommend you use Stripe. And then the last thing is get client collateral. Here, what I recommend you do is record a short Loom video, just like the one that you're watching, and you'll basically tell the client, it'll go something like this. Okay, Mr. Client, so here I just wanted to record this video to show you where you're going to upload the actual videos for us to edit. And you'll give them a breakdown of how this looks like. So you'll say, here we have your name, and then in here we have YouTube long form, and then here we have short form. When you click on YouTube long form, you'll see here we have unedited videos and we have completed videos. Unedited videos is where you're going to upload any of the videos, and then completed videos is where you're going to expect the videos to be uploaded once they're done. Same thing with short form right here. You'll have a folder for it. Here you're going to have completed videos, unedited videos. So depending on what you offer, you're going to create folders based on that. All right. And that right there, guys, is how to go ahead and onboard clients. Very simple. Again, these videos cover things in more detail. The next video we're going to show you is service delivery. So we're actually going to go ahead and show you how to deliver these services, as well as how to outsource. We're going to show you where to look for video editors and graphic designers to do all this on your behalf. That way you're not wasting your time editing, rather focusing on sales and building systems and processes to help scale your short form content agency.
Welcome back to this 8-part video training series where we show you how to start and scale a short form content agency. Now in the last video, we went ahead and talked about how to onboard your clients, how to make this a 30-minute seamless process. Well, in this video, we're going to go ahead and talk about two things. One is service delivery, and the second thing is outsourcing. So we'll talk about exactly how you should deliver these services, but at the same time, we'll also cover exactly how you can outsource these services. That way you're not doing any of the service delivery yourself. We'll go ahead and cover exactly where you should look for contractors, as well as exactly how to hire them. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and check out the other 8 videos in this training series. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the training.
So welcome to video number 7 in our 8 video training series, where we show you exactly how to start and scale a short form content agency to $10,000 a month in the next 30 days or less. So guys, in the last video, we went ahead and showed you exactly how to go ahead and onboard your clients. Once you have a client that agreed to work with you, you need to actually onboard them. We show you how to make this onboarding process seamless, frictionless, and very easy. In this video, we're going to talk about the service delivery. So we'll actually go ahead and show you how to deliver the services, as well as how to outsource and delegate, because delegation is going to be one of the most crucial factors to actually help free up your time and help you scale your business. And in the next video, guys, we're going to be talking about how to go ahead and build systems and processes in place to actually help you scale. So please make sure you subscribe to the channel, check out the previous videos, and check out the next video again in this 8 video training series. So let's go ahead and get right into it. The service delivery and outsourcing. Now the objective of this video is to go over the best way to deliver your short form content services and how to exactly to outsource them. Now we can easily talk about having systems and processes in this video, but again, we won't go too deep in that because we dedicated a video, which is the next video, covering just this exact topic. So in this video, we're going to cover 2 things. The first thing we're going to cover is how to deliver your short form content services. And then number 2 is how to look, or where to look, for video editors and graphic designers to actually deliver these services for you. So number 1, delivering services. When delivering your short form content, you will easily need 2 things. The first one is you're going to need Google Suite. Google Suite. With that, you're going to get Drive, Sheets, and Docs. And then number 2, you're going to need a project management software. In this case, I like to use Asana. That's the example that I'm going to show you. You can use Monday.com. You can use Notion, really any platform. But I love ClickUp for this. So that's the software that we're going to use. These are the 2 things that you need. So Google Drive. What are we going to use Google Drive for? Well, we're going to use it to hold all of the content, both for our clients, both unedited as well as edited. Let me show you guys what that looks like. Kind of, touched on it in the last video. So if you take a look here, this is inside my Google Drive where my team manages all my content. Here we have personal brand, and then we have a folder for MJpreneur YouTube, and then a folder for MJpreneur short form content. So for example, if we click on short form content, here we have completed videos and then unedited videos. So here's where the unedited videos will go, and then here's where the completed videos will go once the team has actually finished editing them. Same thing for YouTube. This is long form. Here we have a video folder for completed videos. Here we have a folder for unedited videos, and then here we have a folder for thumbnails, where again all the thumbnails are going to go. Just to give you guys an example, this is what that looks like. Here's all the images. And then here, again, we just have another folder of all the images that have been uploaded. So this is what Google Drive is used for. Okay, Google Drive, we're going to use it to hold all the assets that we are going to be using for our clients. The videos, the thumbnails, the unedited, completed, all that. All right. Now, Google Sheets, we're going to go ahead and use this to map out the content ideas based on the research/volume of interest. This is if you're offering this as a service. So if you guys think back to video number 2, I believe it is, where we said one of the services that you can offer to help stand out from everyone else that's doing short form content is actually offering the research part of it. Right. So I, do my own research when it comes to the videos that I record. But imagine like if you offered a service to your clients where you'll even do the research and tell them what videos to record. Well, you're going to use Google Sheets for that. Okay. And I can actually show you my example real quick. So this is an example of what this looks like. Again, there's a bunch of tabs here, but this just gives you an example. Like as you can see here, I have the different videos listed. So, when I record my content 1 day or 2 days out of the week, I know exactly what videos I'm recording. So as you can see here for this video, I have it listed on this for this course that I'm putting together for you guys. This exact video that you're watching. We have drop down. So is the VSL done? Is it recorded? Is it in edit? That way I know exactly like where each video is. And as you can see here, so far we have the VSL done. Now what I'm doing is I'm recording the main video and then I record the actual intro video. And this right here helps me go ahead and basically put together a list of all the videos that I'm going to record. Same thing you see here. All these videos have been uploaded. We have the video name. We have the #1 search engine result page. So what is, for example, in this video, choosing your SMA niche, we can see here exactly who's first ranking on that. Again, same thing here. Who's ranked the second person that's ranking on that? This way, guys, it gives me an idea of like what videos I need to record. So as you can see, I do the research myself. You can offer this as a service. Okay, this is amazing because again, it'll help you stand out from other people and it'll make your offer very attractive when you're able to tell your client, we're going to handle everything from the research part on telling you exactly what videos to record all the way to the actual editing and content distribution across multiple platforms.
Hey, real quick, I hope you're enjoying that video. I just want to take a second to go ahead and invite you to join our free Skool community. As a member of our free Skool community, you not will only get access to in-depth free training courses, but you're also going to be in a community of agency owners and get access to all the downloadable material that I personally use at the agency. Furthermore, we have weekly Q&A calls where you can hop on a call with me and ask me any questions you may have. So go ahead, join that by clicking the link in the description. But with that said, let's get back to the video.
So this is an example of the actual research process. Okay, so let's go back into here. That's what you're going to use Google Sheets for, essentially to hold all the research that you need if you are going to offer that as a service, which, like I said, highly recommend that you do. And then the last thing is you're going to need a project management software. So for my case, like I said, we use ClickUp, and you'll use this to manage all the projects for your client. This is very important, staying organized. Now, this is very important for the client to see, to know exactly what each video is being done, but this is more so internally, if you will. So I'll show you what this looks like, right? So as you can see here, we have inside YT MJpreneur, this is my personal brand, we have long form and we have short form. So what I do is I upload the tasks in here, and then I assign these tasks to my team so they know exactly what they're working on. So for example, if we go ahead and take a look at completed tab, and you guys, I recommend if you use ClickUp, you can watch a video on ClickUp tutorial. It doesn't make sense for me to show you how to use this tool right now, but nonetheless, ClickUp is amazing because as you can see here, all these different videos have been completed. And what happens is I upload the task, and then my team, they go ahead and they do the edits, and then they have these different statuses. So when I upload a task, I mark it as to do, and then team is going to go ahead and edit it, and they're going to go ahead and mark it as needs review, meaning that I need to go and review this. If it's good, then I'm going to mark it as ready to upload. If it's not, I'm going to mark it as needs revision and let them know what they need to revise. But let's say it's good. They're going to go ahead, I'm going to go ahead and mark it as ready to upload, which means that now it's ready for the person to actually upload this to these different platforms, YouTube, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, so on and so forth. Once it's actually uploaded, it's going to be marked as done, or as complete. All right. So this is the project management tool, as you can see here, that we use. And again, it's amazing because what it does is it basically gives us an idea of exactly what needs to be done. All right. If, for example, right here, these thumbnails, as you can see, all these thumbnails have been created. This one has been created, but this video has not been uploaded yet. This is why it's marked as ready to upload. And what's cool is you can assign it to different people. You can add a due date. You can add a priority. There's so much that you can do with ClickUp. I actually use it for the agency as well. It's not just for my personal brand, but that's the reason you're going to need a project management tool, is to basically manage all of this, more so for you and your team to be organized so everyone knows when they log in every day what it is that they're doing. Now, next thing is outsourcing edits. So the only way to scale is not to do the service delivery yourself, rather hire others to fulfill the services on your behalf. I'm going to go ahead and show you some of the best places to find video editors and graphic designers for your short form content agency. Now, just as a selfish plug, of course, guys, you can go ahead and hire us to put together your service delivery team as well as your outreach infrastructure. Okay, I'm giving all this for free for you guys, hoping that maybe you'll make some money, and then when you really want to scale, you hire us for our Done With You program, where we would build out your outreach infrastructure as well as your service delivery team. But if you don't want to join, completely fine. I still want to make this video as valuable for you as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys exactly how you can build out your own service delivery team. All right. But again, if you want us to do that for you, again, feel free to check out the links below where you can hire us to do all this for you. Nonetheless, the first place, or the two places that I would recommend you look, is Fiverr and onlinejobs.ph. Now, the best places for this gig, in my experience, again, is onlinejobs.ph and Fiverr. You can watch this video, which will show you actually how to find, hire, and vet candidates. So literally, guys, I gave you everything you need to know in this video right here, this 30-minute video. I actually shared Facebook groups as well, but what I would recommend you is to use Fiverr as well as onlinejobs.ph. And guys, like I talked about how much to pay your video editors, right? I know we touched on it, I believe, on video number 2 or 3 of this training, but in this video, I show you exactly how much to pay them. We talk about, exactly where to find contractors. We covered onlinejobs.ph, we covered Fiverr, all these different platforms. So these are the 2 platforms that I would highly recommend when it comes to finding your video editors and graphic designers. Is onlinejobs.ph. And again, this video covers exactly how much to pay them, but also in our previous training, we established that I pay my team around $450 a month for 40 hours worth of work a week. So that's what you should be, pricing your services around that. But nonetheless, guys, this is how to go ahead and deliver these services. I'm going to have this document linked down below just in case you want to go ahead and check out this video. And again, if you don't want to go through this whole process of hiring a team and doing all the outreach, feel free to hire us to build out your entire infrastructure for both outreach as well as service delivery. But with that being said, that is how to go ahead and deliver the services, the different platforms to use, as well as how to outsource it and the different platforms to look for. Now, next video is going to be the last video, and we're going to go ahead and show you how to scale with systems. We'll show you, we'll cover the exact SOP for outreach as well as the SOP for project management. I know we kind of touched on that here, but that's the next video. We're going to dive into more detail on that.
Welcome back to the last and final video in this 8-part video training series where we show you how to start and scale a short form content agency. Now, in the last video, we talked about service delivery and outsourcing, how to deliver the services as well as how to outsource them. That way you're focusing only on sales and SOPs. Well, in this video, we're going to go ahead and talk about scaling with systems. What are the systems that you need to put in place in order to go ahead and scale your short form content agency to 6 and even 7 figures? So please make sure you consider subscribing to the channel. And if you have not, check out the other 7 videos that we have covering exactly how to start and scale your short form content agency. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the training.
Welcome to video number 8 in our 8 video training series where we show you exactly how to start and scale a short form content agency to $10,000 a month in the next 30 days or so. So in the last video, guys, we went ahead and talked about exactly how you can deliver the services as well as how to outsource your service delivery. Well, in this video, we're going to go ahead and talk about now the different systems that you need to put in place to actually scale. So scaling with systems. So let's go ahead and get right into it. The objective of this video is to show you how you'll be able to scale your agency by putting systems in place to help you streamline every aspect of your business from the prospecting to the service delivery. Okay, so in this video, we're mainly going to cover 2 things. The first one is building an SOP for outreach, so a system of processes when it comes to your outreach. And then number 2, we're going to go ahead and talk about SOP for project management. So we kind of touched base on it in the last video, but in this video, we're going to go into it in more detail, which is going to be a project management software That way you can go ahead and manage, all of your clients within this one dashboard. That way the client can see exactly what's going on, your team can see exactly what's going on, and you can see exactly what's going on. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So SOP for outreach. At scale, when prospecting, it will be really hard to keep track of who you reached out to and where they are in their prospecting journey. Therefore, you need to have a system in place to streamline all this. Here is one of two ways we keep track of our prospects when to know exactly where they are within the customer journey. So this is just a screenshot of the lead tracker. And by the time you guys are watching this video, you're going to be able to click here on this document, which by the way is going to be linked down below. And you're going to have direct access to this document. Just make sure you go ahead and create a copy of it, and you can go ahead and feel free to use it as a lead tracker for your agency. Now, let me just give you an example of what this looks like. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. So this is actually, information from, my own outreach that we do for the agency, but nonetheless, obviously you're going to be doing this for short form content. So let's just go over a few things. So as you can see here we have the status, meaning where is this person in the follow-up status. We have dead lead, meaning this lead is not good, they're not qualified. We have next, not interested, close. Actually, all these different statuses, guys, you can go ahead and click on this and change any status that you would like. Now, to know what these statuses mean, we actually have a color code here. So if you take a look here, here we have the actual status name. Here we have the description, and then here we have who it's assigned to. So my VA that does all the outreach, her name is Trina. And over here, we basically have what is each status, who is it assigned to. So we have open. It tells us that this lead has been imported but has not pitched yet. Recorded, it tells us that we've recorded the video for this person but has not pitched yet. Waiting, so on and so forth. So as you can see here, all the way down to closed, meaning prospect is now a client. Scheduled, prospect has scheduled a call. Not interested, this person is no longer interested. Do not contact. Contact. And the next person in line to record a video for. So there's a bunch of other tabs here. Feel free to go ahead and utilize all this. But nonetheless, you guys, you'll see here, we have. It's a pretty great sheet, to be honest with you. There's a bunch of things here. Have they viewed the Loom? Have they not? Did they schedule a call? Third follow-up, Loom links, so on and so forth. So you have direct access to this exact document. Obviously, it's going to be blank, but go ahead, please, and utilize this document for your outreach process. Now, like I said, I use this personally for my agency, where we work with e-commerce and information products. You're going to use it for your short form content. So feel free to change any of the columns, any of the rows to make sure they fit exactly what you're looking for. So that's number one, is the outreach. You need an SOP in place, and this right here explains it. Document explains it. The sheet explains it. Everything that you're going to need to perfectly organize all your leads is going to be in that document. Now let's talk about SOP for project management. So even with one client, you will need a project management software to manage your projects. So imagine actually having 3 or 10. Personally, I love using ClickUp for this. Here's what our project management tool looks like for my personal brand. So guys, even with my own personal brand, where we try to upload a video every other week, a reel every day, it still gets complicated, and you need a project management tool. Don't think that you can manage this on your without a project management tool. You're gonna need a project management tool. So let me actually show you what this looks like. And personally, we use ClickUp for both the agency as well as for my personal brand. But let's just show you what this looks like. I know we kind of touched base on it in an earlier video, which, by the way, if you haven't watched the earlier videos, I've recorded 7 videos prior to this, going over everything you need, from understanding the business model to finding leads to reaching out to leads to everything that you need to start and scale a short form content agency to $10,000 a month in the next 30 days or so. So please do check those videos out after this one, and please do consider subscribing to the channel, where I'm literally giving you guys everything for free, giving you all the information and selling you on the implementation. Anyways, I digress. So if we take a look here, you can basically, with this project management tool, you can create different statuses, right? So you see here for to do, we have a list of tasks to do. So for example, let's actually take a look at this, right? So this is now completed, but before it was completed, it was in the to do. And in here, as you can see, chop video intros into reel. This basically meant all these videos are actually YouTube videos. So let's see, where is that going to be? We actually have to click show close subtask. Okay, so if we click down on this, guys, you'll see here all of these are YouTube videos that were edited. Okay, but the reason we titled this in chop video into intros is because what I like to do is the intro of every YouTube video, I make that a reel. But nonetheless, you see here, these are all YouTube videos, right? And these were all once in the to-do list. And it's as simple as once, the first person, which in this case is going to be Kai, he edits the video. What he does is he goes ahead and puts it into needs review, which means that I need to go ahead and review it. Now, when I log in and see it needs review, I can either, after I watch it, after I review it, I can either okay it or I can return it back to him for revision. So I can click needs revision, which is going to be assigned to him, and he needs to go ahead and revise whatever needs to be revised. Now, if it's great, I'm going to go ahead and mark it as ready to upload. And then what happens is it gets assigned to someone who's going to go ahead and upload it on social media. Once they upload on social media, they mark it as complete, meaning that this task is now completed. It's uploaded on YouTube or social media. So as you can see here, this is really important to have it really organized like this. That way you know exactly what is already done, what needs to be done, so on and so forth.
Hey, real quick, I hope you're enjoying that video. I just want to take a second to go ahead and invite you to join our free Skool community. As a member of our free Skool community, you not will only get access to in-depth free training courses, but you're also going to be in a community of agency owners and get access to all the downloadable material that I personally use at the agency. Furthermore, we have weekly Q&A calls where you can hop on a call with me and ask me any questions you may have. So go ahead, join that by clicking the link in the description. But with that said, let's get back to the video.
And what's cool, guys, is that you can, assign it to individuals. So you can choose who it's assigned to. You can choose the due date, like when is this thing due? You can add a priority. Okay. Let's go ahead and, there's so much you can do with this. Like, there's no point for me to sit here and give you a tutorial on ClickUp. Definitely check out a video on YouTube and see exactly how this works. But I'm giving you the basics. You basically need 3 tasks. You need to do, you need completed, and you need maybe hold, meaning that this needs to be held for right now. And then within there, you can create subtasks, right? So you can see here, you can create a subtask like so. And then when you create a subtask, you can assign it to an individual, you can add a due date, and you can go ahead and set a priority. So that is the last thing we want to talk about, but I actually want to give you guys one more thing, which I forgot to put in this sheet. So we talked about, scaling with systems, which is your project management tool, and we talked about having something for your actual outreach. What I really want to talk to you guys about now is having how to properly track your team. All right, so I personally use a software called Time Doctor, and what this software does, guys, I'll actually go ahead and pull it up and show you what this software does. It's amazing. It's probably one of the best softwares that I use at my agency. It allows us to track our employees' times. Okay, and the reason that is important, guys, is because you need to make sure you're going to be paying your VAs based on how many hours they work. So in order to do that, you need to see exactly how many hours they worked. Not only that, you need to manage these people. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys what I mean. So if you take a look here, right now it says 0 because it's Sunday, 6:40 a.m. So nobody's working. But just for my personal brand, let's go ahead and take a look at this right here. Let's filter by the past 30 days, and you guys will see. We will be able to see exactly the hours my team has worked, as well as many other things. So if we take a look here, the past 30 days, so we just click past 30 days, and we have one user. So you see here, Lizelle has worked 66 hours in the past 30 days, 66 hours and 25 minutes. Okay, this is so cool, guys, because when you're paying your employees, you want to be able to make sure that you're paid, like that they're logging in and logging out at the proper time. So the way this actually works is they download the app. When they clock in, they hit a button, and what it does is it tracks their time. And then when they clock out, they click another button, which allows them to log out. Now, not only does it track their hours, guys, but it also records their screen. Okay, which is amazing. Now, I know some of you guys are going to watch this and say, well, that's a persuasive of their privacy, like it's recording their screen. Guys, I've been in business now for 5 years. At the end of the day, we're trying to build a business. So if you don't want to, this is what I tell anyone that works with me. If you don't want to use this tool, then you don't have to work here. I've had people in the past that worked with me, and they tell me they worked 8 hours, but in reality, they worked 1 or 2 hours. And the only way to be able to track people that are working remote is to have a software like this. Okay, so this software will record your screen and show you exactly what's being worked on, which I'm actually going to show you in a little bit. Now, for the people that say, well, what if I'm sending a message to my girlfriend or to my wife or whatever, right? I'm on a specific website and I don't want you to see my information. Well, what I tell them is, well, when you're clocked in, you shouldn't be doing that anyways. When you're clocked in, you should be working on tasks that is associated with my business. So you should not have any issue working, doing things, or having me see your screen if you're working on something that belongs to me. If you're messaging your girlfriend on Facebook while you're on the clock, then that's wrong because you're clocked in. Okay. So if you want to go ahead and message your girlfriend and do whatever, turn the timer off, go do your thing, and then come back and clock in. And I'm telling you guys this because I've had these objections when hiring people. It's a persuasive of my, privacy, this and that. And I'm like, look, totally fine. You don't have to do it, but this is what we follow. So let me actually show you guys what this looks like. All right. So this is so cool. Watch, when we click on see screenshots and, we filter by, let's just go by month. And for this user, we'll go and check Lizelle. So look at this. Look how cool this is. So this is all videos, right, of my team's screen while they're actually going ahead and doing service, fulfilling the services on my behalf. So let's actually take a look at some of this. All right. So if we take a look at right here, it looks like she was working on the actual thumbnail for a YouTube video. And what's cool, guys, look, you can literally see their screen in real time. So this is her editing the actual thumbnail for one of the videos, right? So what's cool, it's really cool. Let's take a look at another one. We can take a look at Kai. And guys, the reason this is important, like I said, is because people will clock in and say they're working, but then they will literally be on Facebook or they'll be watching a movie. And the only way to make sure that they're not doing that is to have this where you can actually go back and see, are they actually working or not? And honestly, I don't even check this. I'm checking this now to show you guys. I don't even check this because when you have this in place, people are scared to mess around, right? Because they know their screen is being recorded. So if you take a look here, this is Kai. He's working on editing a YouTube video. And again, we can see his whole screen. And let's say, Kai's married and he has a kid. Let's say he wants to go ahead, and, message his wife or, go on Facebook or whatever, watch a YouTube video, whatever he needs to do. All he has to do is click a button, right? And what it will do is it'll stop the timer and it'll stop recording his screen. And then when he comes back to work, he just clicks the button and it starts recording again. So this is really cool. So this is called Time Doctor, guys. Highly, highly recommend that you get it because as you can see, it's so valuable. It will not only record your screen, your team screen, but it will also go ahead and track their hours. All right. And what's even great is you can take a look at this, right? So there's so many things. You can check attendance, activity summary. So if someone is being idle, you see here, it'll tell you if they're being idle. Let's see, where is that, right? Okay. So, so you can see here, each day, how many hours they work. I mean, honestly, this tool is good for really two things. Number one is to track the hours because you're going to know these people are being paid, per hour. So you want to make sure that you track the hours because not every day they work 8 hours. Some day they have less work. Some day they have more work. You want to be able to track the hours. That way you can go ahead and pay them accordingly. Now, with that being said, guys, I hope that you found this video helpful. That is the last thing I wanted to share, which was using Time Doctor to actually go ahead and track your VAs and your team. This concludes the 8 video series. If you haven't watched the first 7 videos, I highly recommend you do because, again, we go through everything from understanding the business model to finding prospects to outreaching, everything that you need to do to start and scale a short-form content agency in 30 days or less to $10,000 a month. If you have watched all these videos and you want to go ahead and scale your agency, then I want to invite you to join our Done With You mentorship program, where we are literally building out 2 things, your infrastructure for outreach as well as your service delivery. Again, the reason I'm giving you guys all this information on my YouTube channel for free and all these free courses is because I want you to go out there and crush it and make money. And then when you're ready to scale and you want someone to implement the service delivery as well as the outreach for your business, hopefully you can come to me and we can go ahead and do that. So with that being said, check out other videos on the channel. If you want to schedule a call, see if we're a good fit for our Done With You marketing agency program, there will be a link in that description as well. Also, give me a follow on Instagram if you have not. With that being said, see you guys in the next video.